Hello there everyone, and welcome to the watch along here on the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel for Wrexham versus Hull City, live in the Carabao Cup. League Cup action, our 150th League Cup game, as the Tigers take on Wrexham for the first time in 20 years. Yes, and we are playing them a further 2 more times this season, because that's just how football works. How are we doing, everyone? Hello, welcome in, Kyle. Come on, City. We're welcoming Tab. Come on, you all. You all indeed. Yes, ready for a bit of Carabao action. Of course, Hull City haven't progressed out of the first round in 5 years now. So, the Tigers yeah, get the tunes going for hopefully a good night of cup action. Of course, Hull City have not done very well in either cups of recent memory. I believe our last progression out of either cup was it our first season back in the Championship, I believe. We may have progressed, if not, it may have been before that. But certainly it's been a long stretch for Hull City to get anywhere away from the first round of either cups. Of course, FA Cup, it's the second stroke third round, depending on which season you're in. For us, it's currently the third round for that. But of course, when we was back in League 2, it was the second round. Wise men say. Get the tunes going. There we are. Love it. Right. Let me just check this on how Hull City have done in the cups in recent memory. How are we doing, everyone? Come on, you all. Are you going to Hull City Oxford? I'm unfortunately not, because I will not be in the country. I'll be in Japan then, but I will hope. Well, I'm got everything crossed to have a live stream going for the game, and of course a match reaction afterwards. So do not fret. Here on the channel, we'll not be missing out on anything, despite my escapades to a different country. So do not fret. Here on the channel, it remains as always. Okay, let's see how things have been shaping up for Hull City. EFL Cup, right? So of course we know that last season we went out. Well, we went out early on, didn't we? We lost on penalties last season. A little disappointed McCarthy isn't playing. Also hoping that we don't stick to a 4-5-1 because it's just players out of position again. Well, yeah, I'm hoping that it's not that situation. I will go through the team lineup in a second, just trying to figure out where Hull City last progressed out of the first round of a cup. Where in Japan you're going? I'm off to Tokyo, and then I'm off to Australia as well. So doing a bit of a Australasia tour almost, I guess. Yeah, doing 6 days in Japan, and then a further 6 days in Sydney, 6 days in Melbourne before heading back for the start of September. So it should be a nice little journey. But as I said, nothing is going to be amiss on the channel. We'll still have all the news and content as always here on the channel. Hull win 2-1. That's what I've gone for, my friend. Hull City 2-1 win. I went for a Pharrell Brown goal to open things out, but of course he's not starting this game, so I won't go with a Pharrell Brown opening goal, will I? But I still have Ollie McBurney predicted to score, as Pharrell Brown is on the bench. So is Cathal McCarthy. Thank you very much, friend. I will enjoy my trip away. And, I mean, you may see the background of Turkey and Australia in the back shot of my videos as well. So, yes. Hull City Cup games. There we are. That might be the answer that I'm looking for. Cup history. There we are. Yes, how are we all doing? Let me know all your predictions for the game now that we have the team sheet. Of course, on the screen is the teams for the starting lineups for either side. So let me know who you think will win. Score prediction wise would be lovely. Okay, so yes, third round in the FA Cup. Third round. So yeah, last time we got out of the first round of a cup would have been back in 2020. That one would be, what about the EFL Cup? We got through to the third round in the COVID season. Was that 2021? Yes, it would have been. So we got out of the first round. Last time we did it was back in 2020. So 5 years. So that's it's not looking too good, is it? But hopefully today, of course, it's against a fellow championship side, but hoping for a good progression, that being here today. So yeah, what's our predictions? Ollie McBurney gets starting, I presume you put. Yeah, Ollie McBurney to start. We'll go through the teams in a second. 3-0, that Wrexham team is lower League One. Hopefully you're saying the right things, Harry. Hello, California Tiger. How are we doing, my friend? A 1-0 win. Up the Tigers, go on. 1-0 win, love it. Ollie McBurney's a fantastic signing. He certainly is. Certainly is. So let's go through the teams. We'll start off with the Wrexham starting lineup. They're predicted to play a 3-5-2, but of course we'll see as the game kicks underway. They have their backup keeper, it seems, because I don't think he was the keeper that started on Saturday for them as they lost 2-1 to Southampton in Okonkwo. Probably butchered that one. Very, very sorry. They're number one, but he's not the number one, I don't think. They have a back lineup of James Scar O'Connell. Head of that, it's former Tiger Ryan Longman, who said when the fixture was announced that he wants to put one past the club and try and eliminate Hull City from the cup. On the other side, it's McLean. And then in the midfield, it's Ashfield, Evans, and Lee. Up top, it's Hardy and Smith for them. I believe that's Sam Smith. Not to be confused with the singer, of course. Hull City's starting lineup. Well, it's Dylan Phillips getting his first start in the net in competitive action for Hull City. Along with Giles and Drama as the fullbacks. We knew this one was going to happen because Hull City don't have any true cover at them positions. There is someone on the bench that can play a right back if in a pinch, or a left back as well, I suppose. But we have no true cover for them. Hughes is the captain. Oh, apologies, my apologies there. Charlie Hughes is the captain. John Egan is alongside him as he returns back to the starting lineup. In the midfield, it's Regan Slater, John Lundstrom and Casey Palmer. And up top, it is Nathan Tinsdale with his first senior start. Out on the right, it's Joe Geldhart. And up top, to get his full debut for the Tigers, it's big Ollie McBurney. There we go. So a few changes, I think 6 changes all in all. Tinsdale, McBurney, Geldhart, Palmer, Egan and Phillips are the changes from Saturday. For the bench for the Tigers, it's Ivor Panda as the keeper on the bench, followed by Abu Kamara, Joel Ndala, Kyle Joseph, Akin Famewell, Matt Crooks, Farrell Brown, Noah Wadsworth and Cathal McCarthy. So 3 academy lads make the bench, of course, one of them in the starting lineup. So there's 4 academy lads in this game. What we all saying? If McBurney doesn't score, I'll support Leeds for a month. Pray for me. I'm sending all of my thoughts with you, but hopefully McBurney does not do you any wrong. Charlie Hughes to score. Hopefully he does. Slater to finally score. Well, that one would be a nice addition, of course. Slater, presumably he'll be playing a little bit of a deeper role than he was playing on Saturday with Palmer in the starting lineup, but we will wait and see on that one. Charlie Hughes, there we go. Tinsdale is going to cook, trust me. Hopefully he does. I mean, he looked quite good when he came on against Coventry. And of course, we've seen him in pre-season looking quite good already. So hopefully things do progress quite nicely for Nathan Tinsdale. Okay, so what else is happening? Bench-wise, yeah, Noah Wadsworth is the player that can obviously play as a right back and a left back as well. So that's your possible cover in this game to try and rotate maybe a Drama or a Giles out, depending on which one looks worse for wear. Of course, we don't play again until Sunday, so you do have a little bit of a longer downtime between the games, which I guess is somewhat nice compared to maybe other sides. I think Wrexham will probably play on Saturday because, I mean, our fixture's only been moved to Sunday due to, they play on Saturday at home to West Brom. Our fixture's only been moved to Sunday because of the rugby. So hopefully rotation factor won't be too much of a problem in this one for the Tigers. 15 minutes out from kickoff, so let me get your last minute predictions in. I'm still going with the 2-1 win for the Tigers. And hopefully we can progress, as I said, out of the first round of the Cup for the first time in 5 years. Last time was in the 2020-2021 Carabao Cup. We progressed out the first round. I think we made it. I think I looked up and it said the third round or something. And of course, we lost to West Ham in that shocking 5-1 loss. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Oh, John Lundstrom. John Lundstrom indeed. Be interested to see how this one works for John Lundstrom. Of course, him not having a rotation on this one. But of course, you do have the likes of Crooks on the bench. I presume that a Akinfenwa, and obviously you've got Cathal McCarthy as well, can play that position. So you have got options to maybe rotate Lundstrom out. So I wouldn't be surprised if the likes of maybe a Lundstrom, possible Hughes, and I said either of the fullbacks might be rotated out at some point in this game, depending, of course, how it lays out. Hull 2-1, Charlie Hughes and Ollie McBurney, two of the fan favourites to score. There we go. Really want us to have a cup run this year. I mean, we've got two whacks here, haven't we, Thomas? We've got the Carabao Cup here today. Of course, the FA Cup in a couple of months' time. We'll find out who will be playing in that one. Presumably, it's around December time with the fixtures in the first week or the first or second week of January. So we do have a little bit of time to do with that one. But hopefully, here we are. We have a cup run in the Carabao Cup for once because we've made it, of course, to the final of the FA Cup, but never of the Carabao Cup. Bench-wise for Wrexham, I mean, I'll quickly whip through it. Not too many worthy names of note. I mean, there is a few. Got Lewis Brunt, Josh Windass, of course, the son of Dean Windass, Hull City legend. Of course, it will be, if he gets on the field, it will be his home debut for Wrexham, being one of the summer signings. Jack Marriott, I'm not even going to... Liberato Cassiasi. Definitely butchered that one. George Dobson, Callum Burton, Lewis O'Brien, who, of course, Hull City were in for earlier on this summer. And then he, of course, didn't join the Tigers. Ryan Barnett and Ollie Palmer, of course. Ollie Palmer, one of the long-serving players at Wrexham, of course, in this Wrexham Hollywood lineup, we'll call it. Note, there is, of course, another former Tiger at Wrexham at the moment in Andy Cannon. We said in yesterday's prediction video that he most likely wouldn't play due to having a ACL injury or something at the end of last season. But of course, another former Tiger that is currently at Wrexham and seems to be quite a fan favourite over at Wrexham. I know a lot of people were devastated by his ACL injury last season when he was stretchered off the field. Tinsdale will assist McBurney for a 1-0 win. That would be lovely stuff, wouldn't it? Aye, lad, here we go. Let's go Tigers. That's 2-1. Hopefully it's 2-1 win for the Tigers. That's what I'm edging my bets on. It seems like what a lot of you lot are edging your bets on. Of course, we could lose 2-1, as we always seem to do in this Carabao Cup competition. Last season, of course, to Doncaster Rovers, losing on... it was 1-1, losing on penalties, wasn't it, against Doncaster last time out? That was... Was that in the FA Cup? I can't remember. All the cup competitions are blurring into one. Let's double check. I think it was the Carabao Cup. No, it was the FA Cup. It was Doncaster. What was the Carabao Cup game last season? Sheffield Wednesday, wasn't it? Yes. 2-1 where we lost Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, that wasn't fun. I mean, any of the cup games in recent memory haven't been fun, have they? So hopefully that changes around today. 2-1 win you going with McBurney and Geldhart. Another 2-1 win there predicted by Kicking Off Football Podcast. Hopefully that is the truth. I mean, since no Farrell Brown starting this game, I might change my prediction up. I might go with Ollie McBurney and Joe Geldhart. Both them to grab their first goals of this season almost. McBurney for first as a Tiger and Geldhart, of course, his first back as a Tiger. Making his second full debut. Of course, we do have the Hull City mug glass. Hoping for all of the hope and glory that brings us. And more than anything, more than even Hull City. I mean, Hull City to win would be the big thing here. Second thing, don't let Ryan Longman embarrass us. That's all I'm going to say. We know how Ryan Longman can bang in a screamer. We've seen it time and time again for Hull City. So hopefully that doesn't happen. No, it's Brown and McBurney. Come on, off the bench. I mean, if our first goal, as I predicted, comes from Farrell Brown off the bench, and we win this one, well, it'd be quite a turnaround, wouldn't it? 2-1 win with Brown and McBurney to score, but Brown starting on the bench. But I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but I'm changing up. I'm going with Geldhart and McBurney to score. Either order, I don't really care, as long as Hull City progress out of the first round of the Cup. So yeah, do not let Ryan Longman embarrass us. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say on that standpoint. Do not let it happen. Oh dear. He will, but that will be Wrexham's goal. I'm predicting 2-1 because I'm edging into the fact that Ryan Longman's going to bang in a screamer from about 35 yards out. If Longman scores, does he celebrate? He probably will do, because Wrexham did a little video saying, I think it was before the draw was announced, said, going around their players, who would you like in the Carabao Cup? And Longman said in the video that was posted on social media, said, "Oh, I would really like Hull City because I'd like to do damage against my old club," or something like that. Worse than effects. So, yeah. I mean, he probably would celebrate. He'd probably bang out his dart celebration that he does, his knee slide, all the sort of stuff. And of course, Longman has already scored in the cup game for Hull City. Was one of the scorers in that Everton FA Cup game a few seasons back, at home. So no stranger to scoring in the cup, and no stranger to celebrating after banging in a good goal in the cup. So yeah, hoping for a good one. Be nice as well to see how we line up against Wrexham. Of course, a few changes, but overall, this is a side that in theory could start a championship game for us, bar maybe Dylan Phillips, and maybe you'd look at having Tinsdale probably not start and having Ndala start there, and of course Balumi Miller to start as they return. But this starting lineup, I can sort of see Hull City putting out in the championship in a league game, and it doing somewhat work. It's somewhat working. So yes, we made 6 changes, but out of them 6 changes, 2 of them are maybe not championship starting quality, and I mean that's being harsh on Tinsdale. And Dylan Phillips, of course, has had quite a bit of experience at this level, but of course he's not comparable to Evil Panda, and Tinsdale, of course, just lacks the experience. So not an overall bad lineup for Hull City. I'd say that we definitely edged lineup wise. So Wrexham, of course, made quite a few big signings over the summer, but a lot of them aren't in the starting lineup due to their rotational, and of course they have one less day to prepare for their next game compared to Hull City. Just worthy of note on the fans at the stadium, there is about 1,100 last time I saw Hull City fans made the journey down to Wrexham, so that's quite a good turnout for a Tuesday night in the League Cup that we notoriously don't do well in. So well done to all of the fans gone. It's a long journey on a August evening. So hopefully the Tigers have something to pay dividends to the travelling supporters, as it appears, I was going to say it appears that they're walking out onto the field, but no, because the dugouts are at the opposite side to the tunnel. The staff and some of the substitutes are walking from the tunnel to the dugout, which they have to, of course, travel across the field. So, hoping for a nice cup game. I was going to say cup upset, but it wouldn't be an upset, would it? It would just be a stand. I mean, it would be. Hull City progressing out of the first round of a cup would be something worthy of miracles. Ooh, he's got a bit. Sergei Kirich has got a like a sandy coloured top on and a beaded necklace. As here come the teams: Hull City, Wrexham, and of course it's our first run out with the away strip for the Tigers. Of course, away strip not on sale yet, but they are promoting it nonetheless to the Wrexham and Hull City supporters here at the Racecourse Ground. The lovely away kits that being. Hopefully that one goes on sale soon, because it'll sure to be a sellout, or certainly very popular. Last time I heard, it's in transit, so it won't be too long before it goes on sale. Of course, Wrexham in their traditional red and white. Dylan Phillips in highlighter yellow with the Wrexham keeper in more of a dulled down minty green. So just shaking the hands as things get ready. Of course, Longman. Who in this side would actually know Longman? Giles, Slater, and possibly Tinsdale, of course, being in the academy. Other than that, no one else from when Longman was at the club, I don't believe. Unless I'm getting a bit mistaken on dates. But from a starting lineup point of view, of course, Longman would know Panda. He would know maybe Farrell Brown, maybe Wadsworth. He wouldn't know Cathal McCarthy because he was new into the academy. So, from Longman's point of view, he barely knows anyone here. So it's more about just proving a point for him against the club rather than proving a point against players, as he would only really know 5 at most from the whole team sheet. Right, here we are. Strong team we've got out. We certainly do. Spread the word of the Tigers to Japan and Australia. I will do, Dan. I'll have my Hull City shirts on. I've already packed a few Hull City shirts and Hull City like leisure wear, we'll call it as well. So I'll be representing. I'll be telling all of the people over in Japan and in Australia to support the Keys side in Yorkshire. It appears there will be a moment's silence, round of applause or something as the players gather in the centre circle along with the referees. It's I presume a former Wrexham player who's recently died. Joey Jones from 1955 to 2025. So sending, of course, my thoughts, condolences to Joey Jones, his family, friends, and everyone, as there is just a moment of silence before this Carabao Cup game kicks off down at the racecourse ground. As I presume that's with this being Wrexham's first game back at home since the summer. I presume this one is happened maybe over the summer or maybe recently. I'm not 100% sure. I hadn't heard about it, so it may have happened over the summer. And of course, this is just their chance to pay their respects to a former Wrexham player. Ex-Liverpool and Chelsea as well, Joey Jones. Ah, right. I did not know that. So, I presume that they'll do something similar. I'm not sure if he's more of a Wrexham legend than he is a Liverpool and Chelsea one, but it's presumed that they'll still pay homage to a former player who's sadly passed away. As we just hang fire for kickoff. I think that's all done there. And he played for Liverpool in the 70s, right? Well, there we go. A little bit of football history knowledge before the game kicks off down in Wales. As I believe it will be Hull City to kick us underway. Of course, in the away strip. Every time it pans the camera to that away strip, I'm falling in love with it over and over again. So that's the sign of an absolute beautiful kit. Can't wait to get my hands on it. And for it to not maybe look as nice on me, but still very nice. He's Mr. Wrexham for the area, played and managed. There we go. That's why then. I think when it panned to the audience, the crowd, someone on the back of the programme had, I think, a photo of him, so it must have been something big. As Casey Palmer lays it off to Charlie Hughes to get us underway. His long ball doesn't make it to Ollie McBurney, but Hull City do recover through Giles and Lundstrom. Now it's Charlie Hughes who's got the captain's armband once again, laying it off to Cody Drama. Drama trying to charge into Wrexham's half. He plays a little ball past a couple of the oncoming men, but doesn't quite make it to a City player. And therefore Wrexham will have their chance in possession, but not if John Egan has anything to say about it. He heads it clear, but only goes as far as a Wrexham player. Nathan Tinsdale does well to recover and gets the ball back with Hull City's defensive line. It's the best away shirt ever. Certainly is something, isn't it? To be fair, when all things are said and done this season, it might go down as one of the best away shirts Hull City have done. You can definitely argue it's one of the best recent ones. And if you want to pair it against maybe some of the retro ones, as Tinsdale has the ball through the midfield, trying to lay one off to Ollie McBurney. Palmer does well to try and close it down. It gets away to Giles. Giles and then plays it back towards Hughes. Over towards not McBurney, to Egan. If McBurney was back in the defence in that position, I would be certainly considering my options here. As Joe Geldhart's just pushed to the floor there, Hull City get themselves a free kick off the back of McLean, sorry. All of the books in this one. It's like they've gone and raided McDonald's. Statue being built of him outside of the racecourse. There we go. Thank you very much, Michael, for all of your information there. On a Wrexham legend that's sadly passed away. Giles cutting in field now. Giles in towards the D. About 5 players around him, and so loses possession there, and ball dribbles back towards Wrexham's keeper. He kicks it long. Hull City do somewhat well to get the ball back into possession, but Drama's pass towards Hughes doesn't quite go in the correct direction, and will instead dribble out for a Wrexham throw-in, which Longman will take. Presumably Longman in this sort of formation for them is playing a right wing back as essence, which I believe he played at some points for Hull City. As Charlie Hughes does really well there to do a sliding tackle to clear the ball away from the attacking pressure of Wrexham, and it goes out of play for Hull City throw-in. Oh, Doncaster is winning Middlesbrough away. Is that truly happening? There we go. I mean, Doncaster in the cup, it's a hard fixture that. In any cup, isn't it? Of course, at half-time we will go through the scores in, I think, the 30 other Carabao Cup first round games that are taking place today. Longman with a ball whipping into the box. And McLean, he just heads that one way over the crossbar. Not even contesting Dylan Phillips in the net. But Dylan Phillips will have his first little bit of action as a City player in competitive football. So he kicks it long, looking for the head of Ollie McBurney. And McBurney tries to flick one on for Joe Geldhart. Geldhart instead cuts in field, and so the ball will dribble out of play for a Wrexham throw-in. Over on the far hand touchline in front of the Hull City fans. Strange enough, the City fans are along the grandstand at the far side rather than on an end. I presume that there is an end and maybe that side there. Not 100% sure on how the layout, of course, is. Of course, Wrexham, quite a traditional ground in that it's open sides. And, I mean, up until, I think, last year or the year before, they didn't have 4 stands. Let's go Wrexham. Oh, let's go Wrexham. Do not say that in here. Looks a nice evening up in North Wales. Crowd decent for a cup tie. Certainly does look quite good. Of course, Wrexham have quite a nice supporting at the moment as well, due to all of the Hollywood going-ons, and of course the team doing quite well at the moment as well. So a cup game would certainly bring into some good ones. Too quiet, mate. Is that my audio? Is that too quiet? See if I bring that round here, maybe. That fixes it. Don't think anyone else said anything, so it might be on your end, Graham, but could possibly be me. As ball dribbles through for Regan Slater to try and run onto, the keeper will smother it there. So Regan Slater, despite my thoughts pre-match, he is getting up the field. Does now run back, so it may be a situation where Lundstrom's the man playing deep. Palmer is sort of standing forwards, and Slater then is sort of that box-to-box style midfielder. Should be interesting to see him in that role in the Jakirovic system. I say the... when you look left, your mic goes quiet. There we go. That I figured out what it might be then. It might be this. There we go. That might have fixed it a little bit there. Let me know how that is. Just move my mic a bit. Hopefully that's better for you, Graham. And everyone. Not just Graham. Not just live stream for Graham. Try and move it a bit so it's not quite as in my way. Watching from New Zealand. Welcome in from New Zealand. Tigers going global. Or you might be a Wrexham supporter. More lol. Right. Your audio is quiet. Right. I might also be able to turn it up on the streaming software. That might be too loud now. Just tell me how that is. Hopefully that is all good now. How do you watch it? It's on Sky Sports Plus. So I'm currently watching it on Sky Sports Plus. How's that, everyone? Is that better? Is that better now, or is that too loud? Am I deafening everyone? Hopefully not. As Hughes currently has the ball. 6 minutes in at the racecourse ground after my mic technical difficulties. Still 0-0. There's a crossfield ball looking for Nathan Tinsdale. Doesn't quite work. And it's headed back from O'Connell. I think the new 7,500 seater Cop end will be ready for next season. It's fine with the audio. That's fine. Thanks, mate. Lovely stuff. How do you know the details of John Lunsham's low move option to buy, please? All good now. Lovely stuff. Thanks for letting me know about the mic issues there, everyone. Look, John Lundstram, I believe it was just a loan, straight loan, no option or obligation to buy. Of course, Hull City are quite on good terms with Trabzonspor, which is Lundstram's parent team at the moment, so I can't see any reason why, if the season goes well and Hull City do want to make Lundstram a permanent addition, that a deal can't be worked out. Of course, this all depends on the appeal process at the moment with Hull City. So Wrexham's goalkeeper just fires his lines clear as Egan heads it towards Giles. Giles up the line looking for Tinsdale. Tinsdale with a lovely flick onto Casey Palmer. Palmer with a few touches and gets it round his man who's blocking the defence line. It's still with Palmer. Shoots! It's blocked on the edge of the area. Falls out though to Cody Drammer. Drammer over towards Geldhart. Geldhart to look whip one in into the path of Ollie McBurney. Doesn't quite go that way, and so Wrexham will clear it. Dylan Phillips has to come charging out before the Wrexham man can go into a one-on-one situation with him. Charlie Hughes, they're progressing up the field, lays one out over towards Joe Geldhart on the right wing. Geldhart cutting in now. Cutting in, tries to shoot, blocked on the edge of the area. Hughes back towards Drammer in sort of that right wing position. Tries crosses one in, doesn't quite work. So lay it off towards Geldhart. Geldhart, Hughes whips one in. Headed off by number 24 Scar for Wrexham. And that one will dribble out for a Hull City throw-in down near the corner flag on this near-hand side. So Hull City seemingly getting things going a little bit more attackingly than what we saw against Coventry. Of course, we know under Sergei Ivanovich, it's all adaptable, it's all interchangeable, and we are not stuck to one style of play, one system. It's all interchangeable. Do not fret if anything doesn't look good, doesn't look right, because the next game, the next half, the next minute, it could all change under Sergei Ivanovich. It's one of the things that we desperately need. We don't want a manager coming in saying, oh, I've been working with this style of play for 15 years, I'm going to try and force it on the squad. Tim Volter. That doesn't work. It's a manager who's open to change and will easily adaptable change. Hull City had themselves a free kick here as Casey Palmer was taken down. It's in more of a crossing in swinging situation. Palmer and Giles, the men, standing over it, with about 4 or 5 Hull City players lined up inside of the box, and Lundstram on the edge of the area. Giles swings it in, looking for the head of Ollie McBurney. Oh, and that's just narrowly wide there from City. Not a million miles away in the opening 10 minutes for Ollie McBurney to grab his first goal for the Tigers. The crossing ball from the free kick comes in from Giles, and it's perfectly placed onto the head of Ollie McBurney. He just flicks his head back a little bit, and so it goes wide of the far hand post there. But another fantastic delivery into the box from Giles, and 1 million miles away there from McBurney. That's what we're being promised this season. Giles playing as he is with the crosses coming in, and McBurney in the box. That could make certainly a good lineup for City going forwards. Look decent so far, we certainly do, Michael. 3-5-2 has always looked weird to me. So it does look a bit weird, especially with their fullbacks playing more as midfielders than wing-backs. Wrexham playing kids. Ashfield didn't start a league match all last year. Yeah, that's what teams do in the cup, isn't it? And especially in the first round of the cup. There's no point going all in when you're in the first round. Hull City are only are only doing this as this is, in theory, a good rotational setup, giving lads who didn't start or didn't play on Saturday a chance. You've changed out your keeper, and then only in positions where you needed to keep the players in. You have done so, like the fullbacks, a few midfielders, and I mean, Hull City can't play really without Charlie Hughes, as he's the first name down on the team sheet, isn't he? Ojukirevich, that one who used to manage Kayseri in Turkey, yes, he is. And I mean, from what we've seen so far, one league game and a handful of pre-season friendlies, he seems to be getting this Hull City side going on, won't say all cylinders as of yet, but certainly on quite a few cylinders at the moment. As Hull City just get their passing play going between their defensive line, of course, the goalkeeper. Stat popped up. Wrexham have won just one of their last 19 home league cup games since 1991. Hopefully Hull City can be another team to add to that stat there. As Drama has a throw in for City, plays it off to Lundstrom, back towards Drama, Geldhart, Lundstrom, now looking for Hughes in the centre circle, over towards Giles. Giles charging up this left-hand side, looking to maybe play one to Tinsdale. He instead goes and with it into towards the box. That bounces down. Tinsdale shoots, and it deflects off the referee. Shot was deflected from Tinsdale, and it hits into the referee, and so he rightfully stopped the play there. Unlike what we saw in the game last season at the MKM Stadium, where the referee got the assist on one of the goals. But we won't go back into them things. Which even on Sky Sports Plus is it? Just on Sky Sports Plus, it pops straight up on my Skybox. So you might have to have the Sky Sports Plus app, or should just pop up on your Skybox, as it did for me. As Wrexham are charging forwards now. A few ditched tackles there from Regan Slater, but Wrexham still have the ball going forwards. Lundstrom does well to win the ball back for City, and so he'll get the ball going back forwards for City, but instead it'll play it out of play, as it doesn't quite find Palmer going forwards. My God, that stat is rough, yeah, but I mean, I don't even look at Hull City stats in the cup, do you? No, the fella did wonders at Carabao in a short time, but Kayseri's fans are very frustrated about this one. Yeah, I think when he signed the contract to be the new City manager, a lot of fans were saying that Adrian, our owner, has done unethical things in the form of Turkish football to bring the man to Hull City. Not sure if that's a over-exaggeration or what, but he's the Hull City manager now. He seems happy enough to be here, and I can't hear any grudges from any Turkish supporters at the moment. As Wrexham currently have the ball passing between their defensive line, looking to try and maybe work something forward. To go for an over-the-top ball into the box. Hughes clears it. Only as far as McLean. McLean takes it down. Regan Slater does well to pick it up. Geldhart does well to pick it up. But Wrexham still have the ball here going forwards. Longman out on the right, facing off against Giles. Whips one into the box. Headed down by Hughes, and then cleared off the back of it by Hughes, who then does a backwards roll to celebrate that one. Lundstrom just goes down, holding his face. Not sure whether he got a boot or something to the face there. We'll see on the replay. I think he just got the ball to the face there, Lundstrom. Didn't react at first and then went, oh, hang on a second, that did hurt. As the medical team just come and check him out. I believe it's because the ball hit quite harshly into his jaw and things. He just wanted to make sure. Of course, head injuries are all very precautionary at the moment. As Hull City just take a break, so do Wrexham. Give a chance for Ojukirevich to give some words over to players. Some of the coaching staff talking to Tinsdale there for Hull City, as John Lundstrom has just checked out. Been a bit of an interesting opening 15 minutes so far. Looked to be going in if he doesn't block that. Was ripped by Ashfield. Yeah, certainly did. Very good by Lundstrom. He's taken the whack for it, but he looks okay. He's just pointing at up here and stuff, so whether it's hurting him more than it looks like. Jakirovic just giving a few words to some players that are out on the field for City. I don't think Lundstram would be coming off here, but I think that Crooks and Cathal McCarthy have both gone to go and get somewhat warm, as Geldhart has just received some information from Jakirovic. It sounded like something to go along or go over the top or something. So Lundstram's back to his feet. Looks all good. Still just pointing to round here on his face and testing out his jaw a bit. So I think he got the whack to the jaw with the ball. And quite a bit of power, and he's just going to take the precautionary matter to check if everything's okay with it. But he's just come off the field, and of course he'll be reintroduced when the fourth official deems it capable to do so. But replay resumes now back at the racecourse ground with Wrexham in possession off the back of that. As Lee tries and gets something going forwards for Wrexham. Wrexham haven't had a lot going forwards as of yet. That last challenge of where Lundstram took the brunt of it seemed to be their best challenge of the half. Lundstram reintroduced to the field now, just saying a few orders, presumably for a player that was filling into his position whilst he was on the sidelines. As Hughes just sees that one go out, and so Giles will grab himself a throw-in down near the corner flag in Hull City's half. Another strong defensive performance there from Hughes, who's still got the favours of Coventry, it sounds. But I mean, they can stay off. Hughes is our man. The ball just dancing around in midfield. Palmer trying to get a hold of it. Now Ollie McBurney comes in. He's just getting his hands a little bit dirty on the number 12 Evans of Wrexham. But Wrexham do get the ball going long. Taken down there by Hardy. Hardy shoots right down the pipe straight for Dillon Phillips to block it and then eventually pick it up with no oncoming quest from Hardy or the other Wrexham attackers. The ball taken over the top and Hardy takes it down and eventually gets the shot away. But didn't trouble new Tiger Dillon Phillips at all. So Hughes will just have the ball held on the edge of the D for City. Plays it over towards Giles. Giles looking upfield towards McBurney. McBurney does get a touch on it, but then it deflects off him for Wrexham to get going with it. Longman over towards Smith. Smith over towards McLean. McLean in the box. Smith heads it on. And that one straight at Dillon Phillips again. I mean, that's going to be one of the weakest headers you're going to see, isn't it? Glancing one. Bounces. I mean, that's just like passing the ball to the keeper. So Giles picks the ball back up off this one. Plays it over towards Hughes. Just seen Amrabat played today in Fenerbahce's 5-2 win over Feyenoord to progress to the next round. Wonder why we didn't keep him. Thoughts? I did like Amrabat, as Mexico Roll said. I like Amrabat. He's left. He's just a bit on the older side. Came off the bench for us. Yeah, he was certainly a strong player when he came off the bench and stuff, and certainly in them final few games. As McBurney has the ball going forwards here. McBurney into the box. McBurney, oh, curling shot with the outside of his foot. Just blocked there by the keeper. Tinsdale trying to get this one still in going for City. And it's going to be a throw-in for Wrexham there. But nice stuff there from Ollie McBurney. Showing he's still got the technical skill. So he picks the ball off a Longman error. Just shoves Tinsdale off and goes, I'm going to have this one. Gets into the box, shoves a man off him. And then tries an outside of the foot curling shot at the near post. It's blocked though by Wrexham's goalkeeper. So another chance missed there from City. As Lundstram does well to block Evans going forwards. And then Evans submits with a foul. So it'll be City to have a free kick here. So back to Amrabat, sorry. Yeah, Amrabat, it was good, wasn't he? I say age would probably be the bigger factor. And, of course, with our problems this summer, we couldn't have signed him on a permanent anyway. Yeah, I think it would have been a permanent. I don't think he went out. I don't think he was a free transfer, was he? Or did we release him? I can't fully remember. But I think age was the big factor. And to have someone that's just a bench piece for you to come on at the closing stages of games. Yeah, he is versatile in that role. But I don't think that's something that A, Hull City and B, Jurkovic want. Hearing from what Jurkovic has said on his transfer targets, he's looking for players who are going to challenge for the starting 11 than having players that are just there as depth options. Long ball, though, from Wrexham's goalkeeper. Goes towards Longman. And then it's now picked up by Ashfield. Hardy, solid player. Certainly looks it already. Good save from Longman. Got dusted there, he did. No extra time in League Cup, right? Direct to penalties. Straight to penalties. Is it? I thought it was extra time than penalties. No, that's in the FA Cup. It might be straight to penalties, yeah. I know there's certainly penalties if we get there. As that ball just tipples out of play, and so it'll be a corner kick for the Tigers, first of the game, as Giles walks over to the near post. Not to the near post, to the near corner flag. Couldn't care less if we get knocked out, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, it's a cup game, isn't it? But you would still like to see at least get out of the first round for the first time in 5 years in any cup competition. Would be quite nice. McBurney looks lively tonight. I mean, he's going to look lively in every game. 19 minutes into his Hull City time, he grabbed his hands onto Carl Rushworth's neck, didn't he? So he's going to look lively. So Giles here with the corner kick for the Tigers. Just standing over this one at the near hand, near touch line. Just saying a few orders. Whipping his hand up in the air. Ball whipped into the box. It's quite deep. And it's going to be headed clear by a Wrexham player. And so Hull City will get a chance at throwing on the far hand touchline. Just in front of the City supporters. I mean, drama just in front of a young City fan who's got some Lego with him at the game. Hopefully the Lego brings drama and the Tigers some good luck. As the ball just goes a bit awry from Drama's pass towards Slater. So Wrexham pick up the ball and then Egan fouls one of the Wrexham players, and so they'll have a free kick. They take it quickly as they try and get things going forwards quite rapidly with McLean, but instead have to go backwards as City get their players back in good timing. Enjoying the commentary. Nice one. Thank you very much, Tom. Can't seem to get the stream on the City game, so thank you for doing this. No worries. Sound like a few people are having problems. My Sky Sports Plus is on the Fire Stick, is working. There's only a few fixtures on it. Very interesting. But I do have mine upon Sky Sports Plus on my Skybox, so yeah, not sure on that one. Hopefully it all does get sorted, but everyone is welcome into the stream here, even if you are one of the Wrexham fans. Probably quiet away zone. Nice they have to. Nice they have that. To be fair, kid with Legos. Up the kid with Legos. Yeah, it's about, as I said, 1,100 or so Hull City supporters. The top tier of the away stand looks full, and in the bottom tier, it seems like there's a dot and dash on seats that are spare. So still very decent support following for a first round cup game Tuesday night all the way to North Wales. So very good by City fans who've made the journey. It's ball into the box. And Egan does well to stop Hardy from getting anything going there. From McLean again into the box, finds Hardy. Hardy looking to take it down. He was caught in a bit of two minds to do something. Egan does well to clear it out for a Wrexham corner, but then he immediately goes, why is nobody else getting onto this one? To the fellow City defenders. So the Wrexham have their first corner of the game. Swung in, it's a high looping ball. Looks towards McLean at the far back of the corner. And so that one will go out for a Wrexham throw in now. On this near hand touchline, right down near the corner flag. In towards Longman. Longman goes back now towards the centre circle for Wrexham to keep the play going with their defenders. The defenders just doing a bit of passing play at the moment. Yes, both top and bottom pretty much full, to be fair. Yeah, it's very, very good supporting to say that it is a Tuesday night fixture. By the time things are done, it's going to be about 10 o'clock, of course, depending on penalties and not. And then it's a couple of hours. It's about 4 or 5 hours, maybe, drive. You're not getting home until about 2, 3 a.m. That's if you are not having to pay for a hotel stay over. So, very, very well done by the travelling supporters. As Dillon Phillips will take a goal kick now for City. And there'll be a yellow card just awarded there to City. Presumably in the air of time wasting, as it looked Hughes was going to take the goal kick. And then it changed last minute for Dillon Phillips to take it. So I believe the yellow card was awarded to Charlie Hughes. It could have very been awarded to Dillon Phillips. I doubt it would have been a double yellow card for that situation there. Just wait for the confirmations to come through on that front. But there has been a yellow card awarded to someone for City. If it's Hughes, I expect his rope to be in this game for the full 90 to be shortened. It is Hughes, there's the confirmation. Charlie Hughes awarded with the yellow card. Really good away support, certainly is, Michael. Certainly is. This ball just pounding around from pillar to post in the midfield. Wrexham do come away with it. As it's James passes it back towards Scar for Wrexham. Scar plays it up towards Ashfield. Ashfield's looking for Hardy going on the run. Battles past Hughes. And Hughes has to do very well there to send the ball firing out of play for a corner kick. Hardy has been a bit of a problem so far in these opening 28 minutes for the Tigers, as they look to try and smother that option for Wrexham going forwards. I don't believe Hardy started against Southampton in the first round of Championship for Wrexham this past weekend. But it's certainly making a claim as that ball's whipped into the box, headed clear by Hull City. McLean has to... oh, he's about to cross it in. I think it's been blown for offside though. So City will have a chance to get a free kick going here. So just have a look at... Yeah, Hughes got the yellow card there for the time wasting. It's a bit stupid. Early on in the game, he's not time wasting. It was just a change of plan, but seems like the ref's having none of it. But hopefully that works both ways. Dillon Phillips fires long from the free kick, looking for the head of Geldhart. Just sails beyond him, and Wrexham pick it up in their defensive line. Or it may have been offside, to be fair, so free kick is being awarded to Wrexham there. So Wrexham to now get underway with the free kick. It's turn of free kicks so far in this game, as one was nearly awarded there on Wrexham after a foul by Lundstrom. Referee says nothing about it, so Hull City charge forward. Tinsdale gets the ball out on the wide, and he looks for a bit of a silly ball going in towards Palmer with about 3 or 4 players in the way, and so Wrexham gain their possession once again. McLean just goes back instead of going forwards for them, as it seems like Wrexham's options at the moment is work the ball around a bit, keep the possession going, and try and get a ball to Hardy in somewhat of an advantageous spot. 30 minutes in, though, in this first round of the Carabao Cup for this season. Hull City 0, Wrexham 0 over at the racecourse ground. McLean in field now. It's Lee. Lee dinks one over, and it dinks it over Dillon Phillips. And Lee gets things opened here. Half an hour into the game over at Wrexham. And it's 1-0 Wrexham, with a Lee dinking effort over the defence for City. And over Dillon Phillips, who dived down maybe a bit too early on that one. We'll see on the replay in a second. But Wrexham do lead 1-0 in this first round of the Carabao Cup through Lee. Ball from McLean into Lee, edge of the area, cuts in field. And oh dear, it's unlucky that one. Takes a deflection off John Egan. So he shoots, Egan slides, and it just dinks off Egan, and that's how it fooled Dillon Phillips. It will be classed as a league goal, I presume. But that's it's an unlucky one for City to concede. One that takes a big deflection off one of your own players. And therefore, Hull City are already 1-0 down. Let me change the score on the screen. As Hull City do get underway, playing the ball around from their defence. Of course, they are going to need to source that more attacking play that we saw in the opening 15 minutes now, as they are currently 1-0 down. Typical City indeed. 2-0 for who? It's not 2-0 yet. Well, there's the one for them. We just need 2 now. We certainly do. FFS, certainly indeed, Michael. No, indeed. Lee lucky. Lee was certainly lucky. We weren't. I'm watching the game on CBS Sport and Paramount Plus. Not sure if y'all can get those. I presume that we can if we have like a VPN. But it's only available on Sky Sports Plus. Not even available on Tigers Plus, this one. No O'Brien either. Yeah, O'Brien's on the bench for them. Where can we find the game? It's on Sky Sports Plus, my friend. Terrible goal, League One keeper. Certainly is. I mean, I don't fully blame Dillon Phillips there. As City have a bit of a chance going here. Giles forwards, because he did take a big deflection off Egan. Into the box at the feet of McBurney. And that was right underneath him, so he couldn't get anything going there. And so Wrexham will look to charge forwards. It's Hardy now charging forwards. 1-on-1 against Charlie Hughes. Holds it up, dinks it back towards the back post. Looking for Lee, I think that was. Or it may have been Sam Smith, not the singer. City will get the possession going now after that horrible effort from Hardy. McBurney gets the play going out towards Geldhart, charging forwards. Geldhart cutting in field to McBurney. Right at his feet. Just takes a deflection off of the feet of Scar, and that will be a City corner. McBurney just trying to cheer on some of his teammates. Of course, the new number 9 for City. As things will get going from a corner kick here. But Casey Palmer to take this one out on the far hand side. As City are 1-0 down at the moment. Ashfield's only 19. Well, there we go. That's something you see in these cup competitions. Whipped in towards the head of McBurney. Comes off a Wrexham player indeed. And then out, but Hull City's trying to regain possession. Hughes whipping one into the box, deflected away, down towards Palmer. Palmer dispossessed, but it's okay because Slater has it again. Slater looking for one in. That's quite a deep effort, and that's going to sail over everyone, even Egan, who is racing down towards the byline. And it'll be a goal kick. Bit too much on that one there from whipping into the box from Regan Slater. He maybe should have taken it first time like he looked like he was going to, but he tried to take it round Lee and then goes for the whipping into the box. But that just sails straight out for a goal kick for Wrexham. As they will once again look to take it long. Keeper goes and stutters. I mean, is that time wasting if the Hughes claim was time wasting earlier on? Referee says no, but we now get going. With the keeper for Wrexham going long. Once again showing there a bit of Route 1 format. Trying to get it maybe up towards Hardy, who's been certainly Wrexham's best player in these opening 35 minutes. 35 minutes where Wrexham do lead 1-0. Oh, Hughes was booked again for what for? He was yellow card in the 27th minute for time wasting, I presume is what they're going to say. He was going to take the goal kick and then they changed the plan for a goal kick to be taken by Dillon Phillips. Ball going forwards now. Drama and Geldhart working well. Drama in towards McBurney. Oh, and it's only McBurney's first goal for the Tigers. Fantastic work there through Geldhart and Drama. Partnering up down the right-hand side. And Ollie McBurney grabs his first goal for City. And things are drawn level. 1-1 at the racecourse ground. 5 minutes after Wrexham lead through a very lucky goal on their part. Deflection off John Egan. And Ollie McBurney evens things up as his first goal in his full debut for the Tigers. There we go. Have it, Ollie McBurney. Love it. Love it indeed. That's what we signed him for. That is why he is a tiger. Lovely stuff. What are we all saying on that one then? Yes, boom. What a run from Drama. What a run indeed. Drama was doing perfectly down there. Few 1-2s with Geltart. Still kept the underlapping run there. Oh, it was lovely that. Lovely stuff. And then just feeded in. McBurney at the front post. Just fires it in. And that's the stuff that you love to see. Lundstrom just blocked straight off the format from Wrexham's kickoff. So City will have their turn at possession straight away. Entertaining match. Was thinking it was going to be a boring match. Well, yeah, it's looking all guns going so far. 37 minutes into this one. Tied a piece at 1-1. Hughes scores next. Hopefully that happens. Now we just need Brown to come off the bench and score the winner. There we go. There's my prediction, isn't it? It could happen. It could happen indeed. As Wrexham have just been McBurneyed. There you go. Get the quotes in. Get the quotes in. Oh, don't you know what all the panic was about? Ollie McBurney, tiger face. Oomph. There we are. Wrexham just firing it long from their keeper. Hughes heads it forwards. McBurney chasing onto this one. And over the head clearance from Scar. And he goes as far as Lee, the scorer from Wrexham. He goes down to the decks. The referee waves his finger saying, no, nothing wrong with that. Drama back on the ball. Plays it over towards Hughes. Hughes just takes his time. Plays it over towards Giles. Giles back towards Hughes. Apologies, Hughes. Now Hughes over towards Egan. Back towards Hughes. Just getting the passing play up a bit. Tick up them stats a bit for the defensive line. Giles then gets things going towards Palmer. Palmer, Lundstrom, Palmer. Guess what? It's back towards everyone's favourite number 4. Charlie Hughes. Over towards Drama. Drama up the right-hand side. Not quite going on the run as we saw a moment beforehand. So he plays it back towards Egan. Egan over to the captain, Charlie Hughes. Giles. And guess what? It's gone back to Charlie Hughes. Lundstrom towards Egan. Egan to Drama. Drama back to Lundstrom. Where's Lundstrom going to go? Oh, he's not going to go to Hughes. He's instead going to go towards Egan. Egan, though, back to Lundstrom. And now Lundstrom will go once again to Charlie Hughes. Hughes firing forwards, looking for the on-running of Giles. Giles whips one deep into the box, looking for Joe Geltart. He doesn't quite get a good header on this one, and it dribbles away. Drama will do well to chase this one down before it goes out for a Wrexham throw-in. He'll play it back towards Lundstrom. Good ball from Hughes to pick out Giles, and Giles as well to try and pick out the ball back into the box. And City still having possession here, still pressing forwards with their possession. Through Geltart to Drama. Drama to Egan. And now Hughes has it once again. Hughes towards Giles. I think Tinsdale may have gone a bit more central, because Palmer seems to be a bit more out on that left wing. Geltart now has it. Whips one into the box. Headed away, though, by Wrexham. Down into the path of Hardy. Lundstrom does well to pick the ball back up. Plays it over towards Slater. Slater back towards Lundstrom. Over towards Hughes. Hughes through the legs of Palmer. Plays it to Giles. Down towards Palmer. Palmer, Tinsdale, Palmer. Over towards Drama. A few little 1-2s there with Palmer. There's no Geltart has things going forwards. On the edge of the area. Few players in front of him, so play back towards Drama. Dribbles in, and that crosses straight at the hands of the Wrexham goalkeeper. As he'll bowl it out to the man straight in front of him. Whereas Wrexham will try and get things going here with Ashfield towards Longman. Not seen the best from Longman yet, as he tries and plays a through ball there towards Sam Smith, not the singer. But Hughes does well to recover that one. Plays it out of play for a Wrexham throw-in. Longman on the ball now to Ashfield. Ashfield whips into the box, headed away by Drama. Deltart chasing this one down. With Lee ahead of him. Plays a nice ball there to Slater to avoid it from being in any trouble from Lee. And he'll play it back towards Drama. Egan. Hughes to score next. Hopefully that happens. Now we just need... I've already talked about this one. Going back on comments. Tinsdale just pushed down to the decks there by number 12. Who's number 12? Evans. There we go. Completely missed him. Just pushed down to the decks by Evans. Evans has been a bit too ruthless in this one. He's submitted a few fouls already. Certainly centre of the field. I think he took the brunt of it on his manhood. He's just taking a minute there. So the referee just gives him a few words on why that one was a foul on Tinsdale rather than something on him or a play on. Hughes gets underway though towards Lundstrom. Lundstrom Egan. It's 42 minutes into this one. 1-1 is the scoreline. Can't believe I'm just here for Lundstrom, but up the Tigers, I guess. Up the Tigers indeed. Yeah. Lundstrom. Good stuff. Love it. The number 5. As Lundstrom, your man, has just played it towards our man in Hughes. Hughes looking for maybe a few options forwards, but will instead go back towards Lundstrom. Lundstrom fires one over the top forwards, looking for Drama, making a run down that right-hand side. That's going to be too far ahead of him. And it'll instead go out of play for a Wrexham goal kick. Things looking quite good for City so far in this first half. Of course, you can't take too much from it, being against a Wrexham side that have a few younger academy lads in it. But City looking quite good against the fellow Championship side here. Of course, Wrexham a side that we haven't played in 20 years, but we will play them 2 more times this season at least. Of course, we could draw them in the FA Cup. Beyond this, Slater does well to get the ball away from Wrexham going forwards, and so Hughes now has it, plays it over towards Slater to Lundstrom. Lundstrom maybe looking for a Giles run, instead plays it back towards Hughes. Lundstrom, Egan. Of course, Lundstrom playing that role that we saw Matt Crooks playing pre-season, the deeper role, helping the ball progress from the defensive line, plays almost as a third centre-back at times. As Hughes now charges forward, looking for a ball off the left-hand side to go to Giles. Doesn't quite work that way as Wrexham block it and they try and get some passing play going. Very misguided pass there from Lee of Wrexham. Goes straight out of play. Drama has the ball now for a throw-in. Plays it to Slater. Wrexham do well to sort of block any passing avenues forwards from Slater, but he plays it over towards Drama. Slater now going forwards. Hardy chasing down on him. So he'll have to play it towards Drama, Lundstrom, Egan, Hughes now in the centre of the Wrexham half. Plays it over towards Giles. Giles, Hughes. Drama looks open there, so he'll dink a pass over that way. As Lee is one-on-one with Drama. So Drama will instead go back towards Lundstrom, to Egan. And to complete the passing trio goes towards Hughes. Now Palmer with it. Palmer just going forwards a little bit, dances off the ball a little bit, plays it towards Tinsdale, towards Giles. Giles, Palmer. McBurney just doing a few runs about in the box, trying to shake off his men and also looking for some balls to come in on it, whether it's the near ball or whether it's a ball over the top. He doesn't quite mind because he can score any of them. Palmer towards Slater. Slater can't turn and play one off, so he'll have to go the long way to Tinsdale. Tinsdale dinks at the near post. And that one's smothered there by the Wrexham keeper. Another one smothered at the near post by Wrexham's goalkeeper as 3 minutes is added on here as things are level 1 apiece. Wrexham Hull City in the first round of the Carabao Cup for the 2025-26 season. As Egan just takes that one down there, plays it over towards Giles. Lundstrom looking forward to try and get one to Tinsdale. It's going to be just beyond the reach of Tinsdale. And so Wrexham will have themselves a throw in here. Of course, this being Tinsdale's full senior debut, not just for Hull City, but for any football club. And of course, his debut in the Carabao Cup. A lad who's had one of the best pre-seasons out of any of the youngsters, maybe even better than, maybe even a better of a pre-season than Pharrell Brown as Tinsdale's had 2 nods already in the opening 2 games of Hull City's season. Pharrell Brown is yet to feature. Of course, he's on the bench and could feature later on in this game. See how things go. So Palmer was taken down there inside of the Wrexham half by O'Connell. And so will win Hull City yet another free kick in somewhat of a similar position to that one earlier on where Ollie McBurney missed the header. A bit more of a deeper central position, but still somewhat of an over-the-top delight for Ollie McBurney this ball could be. So McBurney's there on the edge of the line from Wrexham. It'll be Palmer and Giles once again to stand over this free kick. A short 2-man wall there from Wrexham, so it will be a ball over the top. Giles dinks it over. Backwards, looking for Hughes in towards Tinsdale. Just bounces over Tinsdale's head as he was maybe pulled a little bit there by Lee. But certainly not too much on it, and it was more of a case of Tinsdale's backwards to the goal and the ball was over the top of him before he could even react to it. But it's okay, because a throw-in now for Giles on this near-hand side in front of both of the managers. Of course, as we said, the technical areas and the dugouts are on this near-hand side with the tunnel being on the opposite side. Hughes towards Egan drama. Possible the last thing going in this first half. As Geldhart to McBurney, back to Geldhart. Few options either side of him. Goes forwards towards Tinsdale. Tinsdale shoots just wide of the bottom left-hand post. And the referee will blow for half-time there. So everything's even at half-time. What are our thoughts on that first half? I'll give you my thoughts in a second. Never even thought about that ball. Be tough to get a ticket for the league match on the return. Yeah. Palmer looks slow. He needs to pick up. Looks a bit disinterested. Yeah, Palmer may be the slower player. Of course, he's had a few good passing plays in and about the midfield. Maybe popping him out on the wing that we saw towards the end of that first half with Giles, as maybe look to reinvigorate him as he can then cut the ball in field a bit more. But certainly Palmer at the moment is looking like a bench piece for the Tigers. Wrexham going to win this one 3-1. Well, they certainly will not. I don't know where you think you are, but it is not an alternate universe. all Hull City. But of course, if things remain as they are, it will go to penalties. Drink out the Hull City mug glass for a bit of luck there, as I give you my thoughts on that first half. It's been a good half so far. City with the 62.6% of the possession. They have looked like the more dominant side, so certainly been a very good first half from the City. Good opening 15 minutes and then a good closing, 10 minutes from City. Good closing 15 minutes. A good opening 15, good closing 15, and we'll just forget about the 15 that happened in the middle. As we'll give you the stats now. Rundown: 7 shots for City, 6 for Wrexham. Shots on target: 3 for Wrexham, 2 for City. So the possession in favour of City. So is the passes. So is the passing accuracy. Foul wise, Wrexham of course have had more with 6 compared to Hull City's 3. I presume majority of them 6 were due to Evans for Wrexham. Only the 1 yellow card so far for Hughes. Of course, that could make him an early casualty to being subbed off this one. Because if Hull City do progress through, I suspect that you do not want Hughes missing that game with a double yellow-red card. Of course, 2 corners apiece. Brownie's going to get on and get the game winner. I'm dead set on it. I mean, he could very well come on and substitute out for Tinsdale. Because I suspect that you... Although Ndala getting a bit of a run out here would be quite nice to see. You might want to keep him fresh, ready for Sunday against Oxford at home. And so possible other wing options is maybe only Farrell Brown. I mean, suspect Kyle Joseph could possibly do a job out on the left wing, and Kamara could maybe do a job out on the left wing, but I suspect you might have Kamara coming on, replace Geltart as a fresh leg. You have Farrell Brown coming on, replace Tinsdale as fresh legs. Of course, you might want to switch out Palmer and Lundstrom. Of course, you then got Crooks. And I mean, you could easily move Geltart into that number 10 role in replace of Palmer, and Palmer substitutes that for Kamara playing out on the right wing. Certainly some different options here. You've got Wadsworth and McCarthy as well, who can come on as young options off the bench. But I'm not calling for any changes so far, maybe other than a Palmer. I can maybe see Palmer. I mean, it would be nice to see the option of having Geltart as that number 10, Palmer getting subbed off for a Kamara, or even a Farrell Brown. I'm not sure how Farrell Brown is out on the right wing, because majority of what we've seen of him is being out on the left, I believe in pre-season. But half-time has been a fun game. I think we look like the better side, honestly. Wrexham have only threatened for a few times. I like our wing play. It's opening up a lot of space. It certainly is. I mean, Giles out on that left-hand side is... We've said it, haven't we, so much. It's going to be a brilliant option this season with how well he's playing at the moment. Question is, who do you bring on? Well, I've said a few options there, but I don't think anyone to bring on straight away. I think leave it as it is for now, and maybe around the 60th minute mark, you can see what situation the game is then, and then make the changes. Wrexham played with 35% possession last season, so those underlining numbers mean nothing as they play an extreme low block. Yeah, they certainly do seem like a Route 1 style that can play the ball over the top, and with the likes of Hardy, as I've said, and possibles like Longman and Ashfield and Lee, who's got the goal for them, getting on the ball. Well, they certainly have the options there in that more Route 1 style, and also making the quick counter-attack plays. Yeah, Wrexham look dangerous on the counter. I agree with Michael. Yeah, I definitely agree there with both of you. I like Tinsdale, Gies. Come on, McBurney and Hughes Brill. Certainly, indeed. Geltart to number 10. Hopefully that does happen with an option of Palmer coming off. I wouldn't change anything, agreed. Yeah, I think everything's good at the moment. How is Sargent still at Norwich? I mean, he looked quite good in their opening game, didn't he? I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree to terms elsewhere. Ah, is that why? Interesting. Up the Tigers indeed. Welcome to the stream. Right, I will give you a quick rundown of the scores in the EFL Cup so far. Of course, we are currently half-time. 1-1. So, in some of the earlier kickoffs that are already into the second half, Swansea lead Crawley Town 2-1. Newport Millwall's 0-0. Barrow Preston 0-0. Doncaster lead 2-0 away at Middlesbrough. That could be a nice game there. I presume Doncaster... Oh no, it's a good cup game. No, they don't. Of course, they have Lotitalo on loan, and he's had a quite good start to his time over at Doncaster, but he's on the bench for them. Of course, cup game. Stockport lead Crewe Alexandra 1-0. Norwich lead away at Watford 2-0. Josh Sargent grabbing one of the goals, and Marcelo Nunes there with the other one. West Brom Derby 0-0. Grimsby Town lead 1-0 against Shrewsbury. Bristol 0, Cambridge 1. Portsmouth 0, Reading 2. Of course, Reading have Matty Jacob on loan, and he is on the bench for them, so he could come on for that one. Of course, former Hull City player Finley Burns as well there, starting the game for Reading as they lead 2-0 away at Portsmouth. Cardiff 2-0 up against Swindon Town. Wigan 1-0 up against Notts County, Accrington Stanley's leading 2-0 against Peterborough. Stoke 0, Walsall 0, Blackpool 0, Port Vale 0. Oxford leading 1-0 against Colchester. Coventry 0, Luton 0, Harrogate 0, Lincoln City 1. Gillingham 0, AFC Wimbledon 1, Salford 0, Rotherham 0, Chesterfield 0, Mansfield 1. Of course, Wrexham Hull City, it is 1-1 at the moment. Plymouth 0, QPR 2, Charlton 2, Stevenage 0, Bristol 1, MK Dons 0, Blackburn Rovers 1, Bradford City 2. Of course, Bradford City, they are a tough first round fixture. If we go back a couple of years, we lost them away at Valley Park or Valley Parade, what the ground's called. Northampton 0, Southampton 0. That could be a big upset for Northampton if they can pull out something in the second half. Leyton Orient 0, Wycombe 0. And then still to... I'm not sure if this one is even going to play. I've got here Tranmere Burton today at 7:45, but it's not kicked off. So that might be postponed or delayed or something. And then Bromley Ipswich is also 0-0. That one's still in the first half. I believe that is the TV game, so it would have kicked off at 8 o'clock. But there's your roundup of the the Carabao Cup games. Sorry, the first round so far. As once again, I can't see any Hull City players out on the field doing any warm-up stuff. So it worked against Coventry. So I'm not going to fault it. And I've said it as well. It's good to have all of the players in the changing rooms for Sergei Ikievich to address them all. Go, these are the things we're going to work on. These are the things we're going to change. And there you have it. Charlie Hughes to score a header. Hopefully it does happen. Yeah, it looked better with Kiefer Moore and Windass. The direct long ball versus Southampton. Yeah, I can possibly see. I mean, both of them are... No, Kiefer Moore's not, but Windass is on the bench. So that could very well happen. Is Kiefer Moore on the bench? No, he's not. Ollie Palmer's on the bench, of course, another striker for them. But Josh Windass is on the bench for them. So that could be a change that they make in the second half. As Sam Smith, not the singer, has looked quite poor in the first half for them. Get McCarthy on for Palmer and put Slater in Palmer's roaming position. That could very well happen. Yeah, of course, then you'd have two quite defensive sort of midfielders in Lundstrom and Cathal McCarthy, but it might work as well with the inexperience of McCarthy. But I don't think any changes are going to happen straight off the bat for City. What else is everyone saying? Charlie Hughes to score a header. Come on, Hughes. Up the Tigers indeed. Ollie McBurney will score one more goal. And Casey Palmer will score the third. 3-1. Is that what you're going with? Hopefully that does happen. What are the chances of Hull keeping Hughes? Well, he's keeping at the moment. He's happy to stay. Hull City happy on him staying. And they're turning away all the offers at the moment. So I think Hughes will stay, certainly for this season. Could be our last season with Charlie Hughes. Hopefully keep him indeed. 2-1 or 3-2 to the Tigers. Hopefully either of them happens and Hull City progress out of the first round of the Carabao Cup. First round of any cup for the first time in 5 years. We need to keep him, we certainly do, Paul. Guys, do this man a favour and hit the like button. He puts in a lot of work and deserves it. Thank you very much, Mexico Rolls. I appreciate you. I see you in all the comments and every video, every live stream. So thank you very much for tuning in. And thank you to everyone for tuning into the live stream, all the videos, and stay tuned here on the channel. McBurney hat-trick, would love that to give him the confidence. I mean, I don't think he needs the confidence, Dan, because he's quite a boisterous player on himself. But a hat-trick for McBurney in his full debut. Yes, it's in the League Cup, but what a time that would be. I would certainly be happy, chuppy, more than I am so at the moment with just the one McBurney goal. Kiefer Moore was injured in the 54th minute. Changed the match when he went off versus Southampton. They struggled to deal with him. Ankle injury, could be out for weeks, if not months. Oh wow, that's a big one. Could be out by the time when we next play Wrexham. If I just check when that happens. When do we play Wrexham first? Not for a bit, is it? I think it might not be till next year. So I mean, he probably would be back by then. Can't see. 10th of December is when we next play them. So yeah, could very well be back by then. Tranmere is off because of power failure. Oh, you love it. You love it, don't you? That's what you get by these lower league sides in the cup competitions, whether it's in the FA Cup or the League Cup. You love it whenever these things happen and you see the beauty of non-league football, lower league football. If it's flooding or if it's power failure, so they can't get the floodlights on, whatever have you. It's brilliant, isn't it? You got it, man. Thank you very much, my friend. Great to see Big McBurney off the mark. It certainly is. Big old Ollie McBurney with the goal that's brought Hull City back level in this game. 1-1, as you can see at the bottom of your screens here. As we are in half-time at the moment. Not long left of half-time, I presume. Oh dear. I mean, I might have faced the problem that everyone else has been having, as my stream on Sky Sports Plus has said currently unavailable, the stream is. So let's try and fix this before things get going in this second half. It might just be a case of something that's happened due to it being half time at the moment. But I mean, it didn't happen on Saturday, as I was doing the exact same thing on Saturday, but we'll try and reload it here. Watch stream. Hopefully this works. Hopefully we've not lost it all completely. Oh dear. Stream is currently unavailable. Please try again later. I can't try again later. Oh dear. Is everyone else having... If anyone else is watching the game on Sky Sports Plus, can you tell me if you're having problems, if it's just cut off the stream? Click watch live again. Hope this works. Please work. I need the game. Please work for me. Oh, getting promising. I've got a loading bar. Is this promising stuff? We're having all the technical stuff today, aren't we? Well, I've got a bar. It doesn't say anything on the screen. So, there we go. I've got footage back. There we are. Paul Mullins scoring for Wigan. Former Wrexham man, that being. But I've got my footage back. I've got the stream back as the Wrexham players are just making their way out onto the field. So nobody fret. Mine's still on commercial break. Well, I'm back here in action here. Kickoff's not just happening, but it will be Wrexham to kick away this second half, sorry. As I don't think there's been any changes for either side, but we will get confirmation of that in a second. What is everyone saying? He's in your head. McBurney. Hey. There we go. Love it indeed. Not alone, my cuts out every 30 seconds or so, lol. I mean, this is my first time mine's cut out. I'm back, and I mean, it should be back. Hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, everything engaged. That's it, but we are back. Back fully here. Just got it back. Yeah, I think everything's good now. Everything's good here. As McBurney's just given a few words to Casey Palmer, as one of the Wrexham substitutes just comes out. Gives a few words to McBurney. He's laughing and smiling about it, so it must have been someone that he knows, maybe from his time over at Swansea. Could have been over his time at Sheffield United. As it will be Wrexham to kick underway in this second half. Just waiting for some of the technical staff to run across the field from City. Of course, that being one of the problems with having a dugout opposite side to where the tunnel is. Everyone has to run across the field to get into the dugout. But yeah, it will be Lee, the goal scorer for Wrexham, to kick underway in this second half. How old is McBurney? Does anyone know? I think he's around 30... I want to say 36 or so, something like that. He might be a bit younger. I think he might be even 28. Can have a quick look now. Sky Sports Plus wasn't working for me watching it on Paramount Plus. I'm working. I'm fine with Sky Sports Plus here, so seems like it's a bit of a touch and go situation at the moment. Burnley, as things are kicked underway in the second half. Lundstram and Giles just trying to get the ball back into possession for City. As 29 years old, Ollie McBurney is, to answer your question. No, Nathan Broadhead is in the subs even. He is gone to Wrexham. California Tiger, we might be the only USAs right here. Hi, do you know where to watch the stream for the match? It is on Sky Sports Plus. Oh, that was close there for Hardy. Longman whipping the ball into the box. And Hardy just heading it, get my words out, just far of the near-hand post. So Wrexham nearly grabbed an early goal in the second half. Balls forwards with City. McBurney chested it down for Tinsdale. A few players back now though for Wrexham. Tinsdale looking to try and shape one into the box. Gets it over to McBurney. McBurney back towards Giles. Giles to Tinsdale. Tinsdale looking to try and get one into the box. It's in the box. Headed away by Lee. Down. Lundstram does well to recover from this one. To Giles. I'll get to your comments in a second here. City in possession. Playing it back towards Egan Hughes. Giles. Giles with a man sniffing down his back. Just goes down to the deck. Referee plays advantage. But it's okay because City have the possession anyway. They play back towards Dillon Phillips. So everyone else saying 29. Yep, he's 29. Never seen a tunnel like that. It's quite common in a few of the sort of older grounds, older lower league grounds that have been sort of modernised, have developed and stuff. There's quite a few grounds have it, I believe. I mean, not a lot of grounds have. Not a lot of grounds have it, but I mean, you look at Old Trafford. There are ones in there tunnels in the corner where the dugouts are down that side, but it's still the same side as the field. So, yeah, Hardy should have scored. He certainly should have done there. Longman rolling them back, rolling back them years. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't keep on doing that because I said at the start of the game, you want a Hull City win. It's handball there by Hardy, so Hull City will get themselves a free kick inside of their own half. One thing about this game, Hull City to win, but do not let Longman embarrass you. Do not let Longman score. Do not let Longman have any claim over you. Arnold McBurney is lovely, genuine guy. Sounds like it. Racecourse is ancient, one of the oldest grounds in the UK. Yes, and he's getting the modern push now with, of course, the new Hollywood owners. And with their recent success through the leagues. A couple of back-to-back promotions. Seen them in the Championship now. For the first time in quite a long time. Of course, building that fourth stand at the moment. It's McLean now with the throw-in for Wrexham. Near hand side in front of the technical areas of both teams. Just looking for a few options. Gets it in going infield towards Lee. Score, of course, for Wrexham. As he goes long over towards Drama. Nods it down. Hardy blocked by Hughes. Hughes blocks again and Dillon Phillips comes well to smother it to stop it from going out for a Wrexham corner. So good work there from Drama, Hughes and Dillon Phillips in the end. As Palmer now has it. Crossfield ball for Nathan Tinsdale. Go on, Tinny. Tinsdale just blocks going backwards now. Plays it to Lundstrom. Lundstrom forward towards Palmer. Palmer has Drama behind him in a bit of open space. Instead goes back towards Lundstrom. He'll then get the ball going towards Drama. Drama, Geltart now. Geltart on this right-hand side. Geltart trying to cut in. Try and play it maybe through McLean, but doesn't quite work that way. So McLean has the possession now for Wrexham. There's a few passes work between the Wrexham defensive line as McLean now has it once again. Forwards to Lee. Lundstrom just takes the deflection of that one out of play. Wrexham throw in front of their manager. Jesus, that counter long ball is scary from Wrexham. It certainly is, and that could be one of the, I mean, it's sort of old Championship format, isn't it? The Route 1 long ball, dangerous counterplay. And it could certainly prove very well for them. So McBurney is just, I think he just gave a foul away. Foul. It was either a foul or he's offside. I believe it was the foul. I think that's what the linesman waved for. But it will be a Wrexham free kick inside their own half, which they'll get underway and send it back towards their keeper, who will then go with the long ball. Want to watch out for this long ball once again. Drama does well to take the touch on it, and then does well to get on the seconds of it. No City players are able to get on the stray ball, and so Wrexham will gain the possession now. It's Lee on this left-hand side. Slater just charging down on him, so he has to go back towards the defensive lineup for Wrexham. Palmer does well to get the deflection off this one. It's still with Palmer. Palmer tries to sit down. Palmer going forwards, lays it off towards Ollie McBurney. Doesn't quite happen. McBurney lays it off towards Palmer. Shoots! Oh, and what a save that is from Wrexham's goalkeeper. Casey Palmer from the edge of the area tries a curling effort, looking for the far hand post. There's a bit of a misfired pass towards Ollie McBurney, but McBurney does well to lay it off for Palmer on the edge of the D. And Wrexham's keeper does well to dive to that one to block that from Palmer. But it will be a corner kick for Hull City. Not a million miles away there from Casey Palmer. It's a very tight ground. All the seats right on the pitch. They can hear you if you're yelling. Certainly seems like it. Shades of Boothbury Park. Giles whips one in. Player down. I think it was Hughes down in the centre of the box, but nothing from the referee. Giles wins this one back. So he runs over and plays it over towards Tinsdale, left-hand side. Tinsdale cutting in field. Whips one in. Head of Joe Geltart. Play just goes down from Wrexham back up to the feet. City with still possession here. Slater out towards Geltart, who's made his way over to the right wing. Geltart swinging ball in. Maybe looking for McBurney, or maybe even going alone with that one. But it's straight into the hands of the Wrexham keeper, who I'm not going to try and mess up his surname once again. Okonkwo. We'll go with it. Definitely butchered it. I'm very sorry. There we go. Hughes wins the header there from the long ball from the Wrexham keeper. But McLean does well to win the second ball. Geltart just taking him down. It will be a yellow card there for Joe Geltart, as McLean wins Wrexham a free kick inside of City's half. Second yellow of the game. All of them to City so far, with Hughes and Geltart. There's no audio, mate. I have audio. I think there should be audio. Just make sure you're not on mute. I mean, you can't even hear me say that, can you? I don't know why I'm saying it. Just double check on my system. Yeah, I've still got audio. My bar's still bouncing about. So, for once, I don't think it's a my end on the audio issues. Palmer is quality. Yeah, he's certainly come out firing a bit better in the second half. So he could get things going. As Wrexham charging forwards now. Edge of the area for Wrexham. Ashfield lays it off to Longman. Longman scuffed ball into the box. Lundstrom heads it. And Phillips does well to once again collect the ball to stop it from going out for a Wrexham corner kick. So he plays the short ball to Hughes. Up towards Lundstrom. Playing out from the back a bit there. Long ball though. Trying to find Geltart. Doesn't quite do so. Headed back up from Wrexham. Not Lexham, Wrexham. Cody Drammer wins the ball to Lundstrom. Over towards Egan now with Hughes. 53 minutes into this one at the racecourse ground. Hughes towards Dylan Phillips. Phillips, he's got Egan in support here because he'll use him. Egan turns and fires one down the line for Geltart. That stays in play. Ball bounding about a bit between Wrexham players who are struggling to get any capable passes on with the pressure play from Hull City, but they do eventually get away with it. And O'Connell now has it for Wrexham. Looking to play one through the middle. Does so. Hughes does well to sort of smother down there on Lee. So City now have the ball once again. It'll be Hughes to play over towards Slater. You could maybe be looking for City to make a change or two within the next 5 minutes as the clock approaches the 55th minute of this game. 60th minute is where I suspect a few changes could be happening. Not so much for this game, but maybe looking ahead to keep fresh legs for Sunday. So Wrexham just nod that one back from O'Connell in towards the keeper's hands for Wrexham. Another fact for you here. Hull City have just lost one of their last 6 competitive games against Wrexham. 2 wins, 3 draws. I mean, it's much of a fact when you compare it to the fact that we haven't played them for over 20 years. Last time was in February of 2005, I believe. So, yeah. Sky Sports can shape the facts how they want. Bit of nice pressure play though here from City from Tinsdale, Palmer and McBurney. Forcing Wrexham to play some rash balls. As City do pick up the possession here through Slater. Giles towards McBurney. Giles throws his arms up after getting a bit manhandled. Still McBurney. Lays it off now towards Tinsdale. Tinsdale edge of the area. Shoots blocked. Egan does well to pick it up though. Inside of the Wrexham half still. Giles. Now play it back towards Hughes. Back in towards the City half. Only inside of the centre circle though. Egan looking for a few options to play. Instead have to go back towards Dylan Phillips, who's just outside of the area for City. Go up towards Hughes. Hughes back towards Phillips. As Wrexham try their hand at somewhat of a pressure play. Not quite as intense as Hull City's was a couple of minutes ago. But it's certainly there. Long ball looking for the head of McBurney. Doesn't quite get that. And so it's headed upfield once again by Wrexham. Only as far as Lundstrom and Slater though. And he'll play over towards Hughes. Hughes, Lundstrom. Gets it over towards Egan. Egan with Sam Smith, not the singer, pressing down him. He'll have to play it back towards Dylan Phillips. And so the defensive line from City will have to play a passing ball again. Ball upfield towards Casey Palmer. He looks to try and turn and play one upfield. Does eventually get one going. He has a deflection off McLean and then says the deflection was off Palmer. So McLean now gets the throw in for Wrexham. Not 100% sure about that one. The deflection was definitely there off Palmer, but I thought he was out of play before the deflection happened. But I could be mistaken. Wrexham picked the ball up in the midfield now. Not quite as attackingly intensive at the moment from either side, as both teams are just a few misguided passes, but on the most part just looking to keep their possession going. City do win back the possession now, saying that Geltart racing forwards on this right hand side is held up a little bit as a few players get back for Wrexham. And so Slater will now have it in the midfield. Plays it over towards Hughes, sorry. Now it's over towards Giles. Giles has to play it back towards Hughes. Wrexham setting up quite well to sort of block any passing avenues here from City. Drama now has it going forwards. Charges in field. Ball through to McBurney. Just behind McBurney a bit. And so Wrexham will do well to gain the ball back there with Evans. And plays it back towards their keeper. Goes long. Meets Egan's head. Geltart then does well to lay one off towards McBurney on this right-hand side. McBurney back in towards Geltart. Geltart will go towards Lundstrom inside of the centre of Wrexham's half. Hughes forward towards Tinsdale. Towards Palmer. Shoots! Right at the keeper who just has to go down to a knee to stop that one going through. It will eventually bound out of play. And I think Hull City have got themselves a throw in on the far-hand side. But nice work there once again from Palmer, who's looking a bit better in the second half. A little bit off balance, but still gets a good shot away. Giles takes it down towards Lundstrom, over towards Tinsdale on the left-hand side. He's got two players on him, so he will just have a touch off him that doesn't go quite the best. And so go out of play for a Wrexham goal kick. Just realised I haven't had a look at the chat in a while. How are we all doing? Hopefully we're enjoying the second half. I have audio. Everyone's saying they have audio. Hi, I'm City's favourite fan. Oh, I think you might have a bit of competition there. Where are you watching it, please? Sky Sports Plus. Or, as Mexico Roll says, Paramount Plus. Next goal, Hull. Hopefully it does happen. What's your view of Hull owner? Hit and miss. I'm not saying Adrian out. I think that he has the heart in the right place. He's just not well versed on running a team as a business. Whereas I think the addition of a Jared Dublin, which we have, of course, now, and some of the brain team that are getting worthy notes, seems like it's going better. Elliot Lee is not good enough for this level, regardless of his goal. You all, come on, you all. West Brom have never played at the racecourse until this weekend. Well, there you go. So another fun fact from Michael. Michael's full of them. We love your city. We do. We love your city. We do. You all. Number one City fan. Wow, you're big on it, Robert, aren't you? What was McBurney's goal like? I missed it. If I rack back in my memory, it was more work from Geltart and Drama on the overlapping runs of each other on the right-hand side. Good run from Drama. And it's just played into the box. And more of a tap-in effort from McBurney. Oh! Shot there from Wrexham, edge of the area from Ashfield, the young lad. And a curling effort from the edge of the D. And just a bit high and just a bit wide. So Ashfield certainly has something about him. A left-footed shot. It wasn't even high, it was just wide. There's two changes and I'm wrong. And Ndala will be coming on, so will Matt Crooks. So Ndala's coming on from Tinsdale. So Tinsdale's full senior debut comes to an end as he's replaced by the Manchester City youngster, who I believe would make his debut in the Carabao Cup. And then Regan Slater's going to come off for Matt Crooks. So two changes here. Most likely due to fitness and concerns and keeping players fit and ready to go for Sunday in the league. Of course, league takes priority over the League Cup. You'd still be wanting to try and grab this one. And Ndala can certainly do something here. It'd be quite nice to see how he plays in this one. Hoping for some goodness from there from Ndala. And of course, Crooks on in this one. We know how good Crooks is under Sergei Yakirovich. Long ball though from Dillon Phillips. Any updates on Miller's injury? He will be back after the September international break, is last time I heard, both him and Balumi. Number one best on YouTube, thank you very much, mate. Able to put the time on the screen for next time. I will certainly have a look at it, Stu. I will certainly have a look at trying to do so. It might be a bit of a technical thing that I might have to Google, but I'll certainly have a look at it for you, Stu. It's been crowded 2 weeks, Miller, and he'll be on the bench. Will there be pens and extra time? That's what I believe. It's straight to pens in this one. Of course, it will be going that way if things remain the same. 62 minutes into this one, 1-1. So Wrexham's keeper currently has it. Fires it long as suspected. Meets the head of Egan once again. Lundstrom heads it down. And so it'll be smothered there from Dillon Phillips to stop it from going out for a Wrexham corner. And he'll just place the ball at his feet as he looks to go long himself. Sending it long, looking for an Ollie McBurney header. He gets a head on it. And then a push there from Casey Palmer on his fellow number 45, Ashfield, will result in a free kick for Wrexham inside of their own half. Palmer, who certainly had a better second half here for City. Few chances getting forwards. So Wrexham just has a few bits of passing play going between them. O'Connell currently plays one forwards. No changes as of yet for Wrexham, so still going with their starting lineup, and you suspect them to make a few changes as Crooks is just down to the deck for the second game in a row. Medical staff onto him. He's down, he's not moving. Hopefully everything's okay there with Matt Crooks. Didn't quite see what was happening. His legs are moving now, so he is somewhat conscious. As I think I just saw a pan from the bench. Kyle Joseph's getting ready to come on. So he might be coming on for an Ollie McBurney, looking to keep Ollie McBurney fresh for the weekend. So saying, I think Wrexham might be wanting to make some changes soon. We'll see the tackle. Oh, yes. He was just ran into by... who was it by? Was it James? Was it Scar? McLean just pleading the case of Wrexham there. To the referee. It's Kamara and Kyle Joseph both stripped and ready to come on. So two more changes. You'd presume that that would mean either Palmer or Geldhart off for Kamara. And then for Joseph, it would be most likely McBurney to come off to keep him fresh for the weekend. As Crooks is still down on the deck. So I'm a bit worried about this when he's moved very little. As he's just been rolled onto his side. He's now onto his back, so he's made it off of his front. And I'm a bit concerned here. Ooh, I don't want Joseph on. Ooh. I mean, we'll see how he does. Whatever there will be, whatever they were just singing Swansea sings all the time must be a Wales thing. Must be. Might also be moving your monitors. Yeah, certainly we'll have a look at that as well, Stu. Thanks for the tips. I'm subbing if you do all the away watch-alongs, respect if you keep it going. I will try and get majority of the away watch-alongs this season. I'm 2 for 2 at the moment. As Wrexham do have some changes lined up. It'll be Ollie Palmer, I believe, to come on. Along with Barnett and Marriott. Possibly another one just getting stripped and ready to come on there. As both teams may be looking for the winner before it goes to penalties. 66 minutes into this one. It'll be Josh Windass to come on against his father's former club. And Matt Crooks is still down on the decks. He's just come back up to a sit-up position. There must be something to do with his neck and his head. And I would be very cautious and just sub Matt Crooks off now. I know he's literally just been introduced to the game. He's just got up onto his feet. But it seems like he's taken either a knock to the head or a compression to the head. And he's walking over to the touchline, and I'd be very cautious about what happens now with Crooks. Because, of course, he was taken down and received a bit of treatment on the field against Coventry City on Saturday. He kept on going with that one. This one here looks a bit more serious than his injury on Saturday. His Saturday one was, I think, a knee or a leg injury. And so Wrexham will have their substitutes going first. Be Windass to come on for Ashfield. So the young lad comes off before changes here. It'll also be Sam Smith, not the singer. He's going to come off for Marriott. What will the other changes be? It will be Hardy. He's going to come off for Palmer. And then also be Ryan Longman. He's going to come off for Barnett. So that's the end of Longman before he can do any damage on Hull City. There we go. Come on, City. Come on, indeed. Yeah, and now we're just going to try and see what Hull City will try and do here with Crooks. As I'm a bit concerned. It didn't look too good on how long he was down on the decks for. It was quite a considerable stretch of time. So Ollie Palmer comes on for the first time this season. Of course, it's in the cup, though. There's no Crooks on the field at the moment. Hull City haven't made their changes of Joseph and Kamara as of yet. So maybe waiting to see how Crooks continues. He's on the touchline. He's waiting to be reintroduced. There with the medical staff from Hull City as Egan just snuffs out that ball down the line from Wrexham. Jam will send it over towards Hughes. Hughes towards Dylan Phillips. Borough getting tonked. Wow. Ollie McBurney just chests that one down. Tries and lays one off for Joe Geltart. A deflection off a Wrexham player will send it out for a throw-in. Let me have a quick look at that Middlesbrough game. They were 2-0 down at half-time to Doncaster. Well, they're 3-0 down at the moment. There we go. Hate to be in Middlesbrough this evening. To Middlesbrough? Are they playing Alfie Jones? They are. Alfie Jones has started that one, and he's getting absolutely rocked by a side that beat him last season in the FA Cup. Ball long here for City. On goes Joe Geltart. Plays it back towards Ndala. Oh! Did that go in? I think it did. Ndala gets his first goal for the Tigers. I believe he did. And it was such a powerful effort, low driven. It bounded off one of the bars at the bottom of it, of the bottom of the goal. And Ndala grabs his first goal for the Tigers. So two summer signings pair up for the 2-1 lead at the moment for the Tigers. And just as we were talking about Middlesbrough getting battered, Wrexham are on their way to exit as well here. 70 minutes gone. And Ndala grabs his first goal for the Tigers. 2-1 lead here for Hull City. It's Geltart plays it across the box for Ndala just to tap it home. And it's a low-driven tap. And as I said, it just bounced off that bar at the bottom of the net. And it's 2-1 City. There we go. Lovely stuff from Hull City. 2-1. Love it, love it, love it. Let me, oh dear. No, free kick. Wrexham were just on a breakthrough there, but free kick awarded to City. Let me change score on the screen. Change that one to a 2. 2-2. There we go. 2-1 City. Lovely stuff. What's our reactions to that one, everyone? Ndala indeed. Come on, you all. Up the Tigers indeed. Get in. Come on, yes. Come on, boom. Yes. Can't remember when City last won a game in this cup. It was 2020. And they actually progressed to the third round that year. But that was the last time, of course, that we progressed out of the first round of a cup. Was 2020. So 5 years in the making to try and get Hull City out of it. Still Joseph and Kamara ready. Down on the sidelines for City as Gelthardt and Drama pair up. Gelthardt charging forwards. Plays it over towards McBurney. McBurney trying to get one back to Gelthardt. City maybe looking for a third here. Third with 18 minutes to go would look really good for City's favours of getting out of this one. And as things stand, we won't be going to penalties as City do lead 2-1. Looking very good. Oh my God, I missed it. My newborn was fussing. I brought him upstairs and I missed it. It was a very classic goal. Ball down the line. Gelthardt plays it across the box. Sweaty goal, if you want to call it that. Tap-in effort from Ndala to grab his first for Hull City. City fans were just chanting you just, Dean Windass to Josh Windass coming on. That's lovely stuff, of course. Josh Windass openly saying that he didn't want to come and play for Hull City, although he was a mascot at Hull City at the age of 19 months at Boothbury Park. So lovely stuff there. And Ndala grabbing his first goal for Hull City. 2 first-time goals for Hull City in Ndala and McBurney as Hull City lead this one 2-1. Joe Gelthardt grabbing the assist there for that one. Gelthardt being involved in both goals. I believe it was Drama got the assist for the first one, but Gelthardt gets the assist for the second one. Of course, Gelthardt being the pairing down the right-hand side that helped Drama get forwards with that first one to level things up with McBurney's strike. Things are looking good so far for City, though. 2-1 lead. We lead in the cup in the second half. Who would have thunk it? As Wrexham grabbed themselves a corner kick. Of course, we can't let up. They have brought on 4 fresh players here, Wrexham. It's a ball from Evans to Windass. Takes a bit of a deflection, and Marriott looking to try and get things going again into the box. Gets the deflection off Dylan Phillips. Ball whipped in deep, right on top of Dylan Phillips, and it's headed away by, I believe, Ollie McBurney. And so Wrexham have themselves another corner. 15 minutes to go at the racecourse ground. With Wrexham trying to cause a bit of hell to pay for Hull City with their 4 substitutes that they've made so far the past couple of minutes. Ball whipped in. Looking for Lee. It's now whipped in once. Oh my God, that was one that he would certainly want to forget. O'Connell with the effort, whipping it. I mean, it was high, wide, and all the way to Timbuktu, that ball was. His shooting effort there outside of the box. So now will be the 2 changes for City, as we talked about. Joseph and Kamara both to come on, as they will replace. Kamara will come on, as I suspected, it'll be the 2 substitutions as I suspected. It'll be Kamara for Joe Gelthardt, and Kyle Joseph will come on for Ollie McBurney. So Ollie McBurney coming off, the first goal scorer for the Tigers, and of course his full debut ends 1 goal, 75 minutes played, and Gelthardt's second full debut for the Tigers ends 1 assist, 2 involvements in the goals, as Kamara comes on to replace him. As Hull City now have 1 substitute remaining, I believe, in this one. I believe it's standard rules in this game. This ball's bounding around a bit. Head tennis from Wrexham's defence. They play it towards McLean. Over towards James. James going one down the line. Drama gets up as a head on it. And Egan clears it over towards Joseph, trying to run onto this one, but it'll instead go all the way back towards Wrexham's goalkeeper. Possession stats are still in favour of Hull City, 61% for them. Gone down a little bit since half-time, but still considerably more than Wrexham. But that's how Wrexham play. They play lower on the possession, more on the Route 1 high-intense counter-attack players. Currently have the ball in the box on a little bit of a mistake there from City, but City do well to recover. Matt Crooks now sending one forwards towards Ndala. Ndala, the winning goal scorer at the moment, the difference maker for the Tigers, as he's just walking the ball forwards a little bit. Wrexham holding off him a little bit, so he'll play one towards Matt Crooks inside of Wrexham's half, over towards Drama. Drama, a bit more of a central role, gets it over towards Kamara. Kamara down this right-hand side, just come on in replace of Geltart he has. So he'll play it over towards Drama. Drama in field, trying to look for Lundstrom. It's a bit of a tight one there, as Palmer nearly had that for Wrexham. But it's okay, because Hull City still have possession. Wrexham holding off a little bit. Not got quite the high intensity, allowing Hull City to just sort of walk and leisurely pass the ball around between various players. I mean, Hughes and Palmer there for City have just played about 5 1-2s before a long ball going for Kamara. But that header from him will ensure that the ball just spins out of play. Throw in now, as O'Brien will come on for Wrexham. And Akinfenwa will also be ready to be introduced for City, as he will look to make his Hull City debut. I don't believe he featured in any of the pre-season friendlies for City, and he'll come on in replace of John Egan. So although Hughes has the yellow card, Egan will be the man to come off. So Akinfenwa to come on to make his Hull City debut here, as the Tigers are currently leading 2-1. 12 minutes to go. Fenwa for Egan, yes indeed. O'Brien coming on. Hull will need to hold on here, certainly need to do so. I mean, O'Brien was one of Hull City's targets that they were looking at earlier on this summer. Of course, ended up signing with Wrexham, I believe, on the free transfer. Ball going forwards. Casey Palmer charging forwards. Lays it off towards towards Kyle Joseph. Joseph shot deflected. And McLean now in a bit of a battle there with Kamara, who sit long towards Palmer for Wrexham. Need to clarify on which Palmer I mean now, with one on either side. This ball's now with Ndala on the far hand side for City. He's cutting in field, trying to show his pace and his technical skill now as he skips past 2. 1 ahead of him. So he'll instead of going on with it, he'll lay it off towards Akinfenwa. So that was Famewo's first touch, I believe, in a City shirt. So Lundstrom tries to hoof one long. Drops down at the feet of Casey Palmer. Palmer now lays it off towards Ndala. Ndala, the young Man City lad, who is the difference maker in this one. Over towards Cody Drama. Drama coming forwards down this right-hand side to Abu Kamara. A third goal here would be brilliant for City. Seal the deal it would. Now with 11 minutes to play in the box. Oosh! And that's just over Kyle Joseph. Casey Palmer now trying to whip one back in the box. Palmer down the byline, and it's in! It's Matt Crooks with the deflection off Kyle Joseph. It's Matt Crooks' goal to make it 3-1 for the Tigers with 10 minutes to go. And it's the third goal that the Tigers needed to put this one to somewhat of a bed. And it's Matt Crooks with the goal. 3 separate goal scorers for the Tigers. And Matt Crooks, the tree, grabs the third with a tap-in just in front of the goal for City's third of the evening. There we go. That's 3-1. That's my prediction out the window. I went for the 2-1. I know a few of you went for the 3-1. I'm sure you'll all be happy with that one there. With the goal there from the tree, Matt Crooks. Update the score on the screen. And everything's looking fine. Everything's looking dandy. Hull City will pull through. 9 minutes to go. Of course, there'll be a bit of extra time with, of course, Matt Crooks' injury in the second half, taking up quite a considerable stretch of stoppage play. But Hull City do lead 3-1 at the moment. So them 2 goals there. Of course, the winning one at the moment from Ndala, and then the insurance goal from Crooks could be quite big for City. as they face off to try and get out of the first round of the Carabao Cup. The first round of any cup for the first time in 5 years. Get a fourth, maybe a stew. A fourth would be absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it? Would be absolutely brilliant. And Dala is shifty. He had some flair, he certainly does. And I can see why City brought him in. To give him his sort of first run in senior football. City fans are happy with that one. So, Kyle Joseph just gives away a free kick there for Wrexham inside of their own half. 8 minutes of regular play here to go. So Wrexham starts their season back in the Championship. Doesn't go off too well. Of course, losing 2-1 after going ahead against Southampton in their league opener. And in their League Cup first round, they go ahead 1-0 and are currently losing 3-1. This ball's now down to Ndala, to Lundstrom. Back towards Dillon Phillips. Up towards Crooks. Crooks, Casey Palmer. Ndala now infield, charging forwards. Go on, Ndala. Go on, Ndala. Ndala lays one off to Kamara. Shoots! Oh! And that took, I think it was offside. If it wasn't, it took a deflection anyway. And went wide of the far hand post. I thought Ndala should have shot there. Because Kamara was off. He was offside, so the free kick will be going Wrexham's way there. But Ndala should have got the shot. He got the brilliant run through the midfield. Brilliant break. Showing his pace. And I think he just should have had a go at it there. So Wrexham have themselves a free kick on a Matt Crooks foul. Ndala should have definitely got a shot away. Oh, we've got the mauled by the Tigers. Mauled by the Tigers. You're getting mauled by the Tigers. Get it out there. Love it stuff. You're getting mauled by the Tigers. Runs out in the way end. City fans are loving it. I'm sure they are. A long evening trip to Wrexham over in North Wales. For a competition where we don't do very good at all. And currently on the way out of the first round into the second round through goals from 2 summer editions in McBurney and Ndala and 1 January edition in Crooks. So 3 players who joined the Tigers in this calendar year all pair up to make sure City are leading this one 3-1 after going 1-0 down. I love how we are still pouring it on, not sitting back in a low block to let them back into this. Yeah, I mean, that's the difference between Sergei Kirovic and the former City managers that we've seen under Adjan Ilajali. And I do think, it's a very small sample size, but I do think Kirovic is possibly the best manager we've had under Adjan Ilajali. And I mean, you can make a claim Ruben Sayers, but... not Ruben Sayers, Liam Rosinia. But I mean, Liam Rosinia, a lot of fans were claiming for him to leave when he was in the job. And I think Sergei Kirovic may be doing better than what Liam Rosinia did. I mean, it's a very small sample size. And I mean, I am going with recency bias here of Kirovic. So take it with a grain of salt, but there we are. Ndala is the type of player that one day it'll just click and he'll be a beast. Hopefully that's with us. Hopefully it is. Tigers, come on you all. 4-0 Donning now. Wow, there we have it. 4-0 to Doncaster Rovers. Wow. Well, as I said, Middlesbrough. Doncaster, first round in any cup competition. It's not as easy as you think. Speaking from experience. All right. Well, 5 minutes to go of regular time at the racecourse ground. As Wrexham are trying to get a ball going forward to try and get one very soon. It's early days. It's early days indeed, Double A. But based on my recency bias, my early sort of evaluation on things. Oh, shot there from Lee trying to grab his second one. And it's blocked by Hull City's very own brick wall, Charlie Hughes. I mean, I don't know if you could ask for a better brick wall than Charlie Hughes. If he isn't sponsored by MKM, you better make it to happen, because MKM Building Suppliers have obviously supplied Hull City with some cement at the back in the young lad Charlie Hughes. Big up Palmer today, playing very well. Certainly is the second half. Casey Palmer playing good football. Better in the second half than we saw him in the first, but still wasn't too bad in that first. Donny are just the most dangerous team in this round of the Cup. I'd rather play Ipswich than Doncaster in this round. Blocked by the wall. Hughes! Go on, get the Hughes out, everyone. Lovely stuff. Kamara racing down this right-hand side. 2 Wrexham players ahead of him. He'll keep it going down this right-hand side. Cuts in field. Pass 1. Lays it off towards Casey Palmer. He tries and lays one off towards either Kamara or Crooks. Crooks was offside, so he left it. And so Wrexham will have the ball back in their possession. And the ball goes out of play. 3 minutes worth of regular time. Of course, there will be a decent chunk of additional time with the Crooks injury as Drama gets ready to take this free kick here for Hull City. 100 people on the live. Love the support today. Well, thank you very much, Mexico, for pointing out. Hello to all 100 people plus of you joining the stream. Hope you're all having a lovely evening, a lovely Tuesday. And hopefully the score, as it says down there, 3-1, is doing you all even better. As City could be out of the first round for the first time in 5 years. Lovely stuff. Against a Wrexham team that we haven't played in 20 years. And of course, we'll play them 2 more times this season in the league. Free kick goes crossfield to Kamara. Kamara lays it off towards Drama. Into the box, low driven. Cleared away by Wrexham. Kamara's charging down this one. Oh, and he goes for a bit more of a Di Canio effort to try and get that one away from Marriott, I think, of Wrexham, to Lundstrom. Now Hughes will have it as he lays it off towards Akinfenwa. Forward, now looking for Ndala. A bit too much on that one, and so Wrexham will gain the possession there. And instead head it out of play, so Giles will now have his turn to get it back in Hull City's favour with a throw-in. 1 minute to go of regular time at the racecourse ground. Of course, there will be some additional time to play. We'll wait and find out how long that is in a bit. Congrats on the win today. Don't say anything too early, Baroxley. Do not say anything too early. There is still time for Wrexham to get things going here as they have the ball forwards with their version of Palmer. And it's still now with Evans of Wrexham. Out wide. O'Brien, I think that is for them. Whips it in. Headed by McLean. But it's going to be a dribbler that goes out for a Hull City goal kick. I know this is the time where Dylan Phillips will take his time to take the goal kick. Of course, he wasn't the one awarded with the, I say, time wasting in the first half. It was Hughes. But there was a yellow card for time wasting in the first half. It wasn't. It was just a change of plans. But still, that gives Dylan Phillips the chance to time waste a little bit more here to see out this 3-1 win. As Wrexham fans are quickly pouring out of the stadium. I'm sure the Hull City fans will still be there, still be in good voice. Certainly after kick-off. After full time, sorry. As ball's just bounced over, over Palmer. This ball's going forwards here for Wrexham. 8 minutes to be played yet here. It's 3-1 for the Tigers. Ball whipped in. Palmer! Oh, wow! Header at the far post. And Wrexham's version of Palmer, that being Ollie Palmer, has headed it in, and it's now 3-2. Hull City have 7.5 minutes here to hold out. Of course, if things do go level, it will go straight to penalties. There we go. 3-2. We are still leading, we are still winning. And we are still progressing at the moment. But it's going to be a tough injury time worth of 7 or 8 minutes here for the Tigers. As Ollie Palmer gets a goal back for Wrexham. So it's now 3-2 to the Tigers. It was a good header. It was a good header indeed, Max. You can't help but go, fair play. But currently as things stand, it's not looking good. It's Wrexham away here. I'm just trying to change the score on screen. Into the box. Oh, no! Oh, no! I said Hull City had to hold on and they haven't done so. I might as well not put a 2 on. I might as well put a 3 on, as it's Ollie Palmer. He's just grabbed himself a brace. Oh dear. Just as things were looking good. And it's Ollie Palmer. He comes off the bench in the second half. Wrexham win back possession inside of Hull City's half. Ball whipped into the box. And it's Ollie Palmer's head once again. Not quite as a good of header as the first one. But it's still good enough to bounce and beat Dillon Phillips right through his legs. Or right underneath him. Oh dear. Yeah, definitely going on the documentary, isn't it, Mexico Rolls? Still time here for Hull City to grab a winner. But as things stand, 6 minutes to go. Penalties are on the cards. Ball lost by Matt Crooks in the midfield. O'Brien charging forwards now for Wrexham. Just a nibble at him from Crooks. He then goes down to the X off a Lundstrom tackle. And so it'll be a yellow card to Lundstrom. And a free kick to Wrexham just inside of Hull City's half. Oh dear. It's now squeaky bum time here. Of course it would be penalties. And it all seems to go wrong a bit for City as they work their way into injury time. Maybe we wanted to be on TV. We certainly did. What went on? What went on indeed? Ollie Palmer went on. This is crazy. It certainly is. And I mean, our view count's going up, isn't it? Welcome everyone to the stream. And you're joining a very intense injury time for City. They were leading 3-1 4 minutes ago. And it's now, as you can see on your screen, 3-3 with Wrexham. Everything in their favour as the ball's into the box. That cross, that's going to go out for a goal kick though. So Dillon Phillips will have some time. What the clutch from Ollie. Yes, certainly clutch stuff there from Ollie Palmer. Never easy being a City supporter. It certainly isn't, Graham, is it? Never easy. I can't believe it. Hull City is a tough team to root for, I tell you. It certainly is. Oh dear. Well, come on you all. Do I need to have a sip out of the Hull City glass mug for a bit of good luck? Let's do it. It's never a dull in Hull. It certainly isn't. Never dull in Hull. I said 1-0 Wrexham as a neutral. What a match. It certainly is. City fans look stunned in the crowd. What a match. It certainly is a match. And I mean, a game where a few people coming in and going out, it's going to be a boring Tuesday night fixture in the Carabao Cup. And I mean, from minute one, it's been quite intense, hasn't it? 6 goals apiece already, and it's on its way to penalties. I mean, Hull City are making a strong claim to get their own episode of Welcome to Wrexham on Disney+. Oh, where's my rum? Where's your rum indeed, Graham? Oh, pens, it seems like it's going to. Not quite there yet. Still got about 3 or so minutes of injury time to play. Ball long. Tried to get headed down by Kyle Joseph. It's now with Abu Kamara. Kamara charging forwards. Kamara shoots. Curling effort. Oh, just wide of the far hand post there from Abu Kamara. It did get a deflection. So Hull City will have themselves a corner kick over at the other side of the field. Not too bad though from Abu Kamara. He's looking better this season already. It just took a deflection off the first man that it met. And maybe if it didn't, it could have been nestling in the back of the net. And that could have been 4-3 City. Here we go. Giles to whip a corner in. In it comes. Swinging. Looking for Hughes. Headed out. And Wrexham will do well to clear this one, I believe, through Josh Windass. All the way back to Dillon Phillips. And now it's with Endala. Hull City could be on track to have pens once again in the first round of a cup. Happened in the FA Cup last season against Doncaster. And it could be happening here if all things remain as they are for the next couple of minutes. Kamara almost certainly. Good effort from Kamara. Good stuff from him indeed. Certainly looking better this season. He's had a good off-season, it sounds like. Or certainly looks like. Sindal is just offside there and he stumbles about with it anyway. And so it'll be a free kick for Wrexham inside of their own half. First episode next season, but maybe not if we still win. Yeah, they might leave it out of the episode if Hull City manage to pull off something here. I presume if it goes down to penalties, it'll be in the episode no matter what. This is going to be close in pens, it certainly is. I mean, pen-wise for City, who have you got on the field? You've got, of course, Endala, he'll take one. Kyle Joseph will take one. I expect Hughes will take a big powering penalty, a bit of a Maguire effort penalty. You've got Kamara, of course, he can take one. You've got, I don't know who else. Crooks, he might take a decent penalty. Giles might take a decent penalty. But, few seconds left before it does go straight to pens. So no extra time, as I said. Palmer ball looking through for Joseph. Doesn't quite work. Wrexham have it in their defence. They might see this one out. Long ball, though, from their keeper. Possible last chance of this. Headed by Akinfenwa to Abu Kamara. Back, though, with Wrexham in possession. O'Brien. Now with Hull City. Hughes lays it back towards Dylan Phillips. And yeah, it's going to be penalties. It's going to be penalties. Wrexham had two go past them like this at Southampton while start of the Championship. Certainly while start of their season. Their Disney welcome to Wrexham this season is going to be a wild start, isn't it? No matter how the season goes on. How's the new Man City loanee looked? He's looked good. I mean, he's grabbed a goal, hasn't he? He grabbed what was the winning goal at the moment. But because of Ollie Palmer and his 2 goals, hasn't quite happened. And we'll see how he looks in penalties. Of course, any team can win, any team can lose on penalties. And so, we will wait and see. But it will be penalties. Oh, yeah, he is good. He is good. To answer your question. I feel like I dodged the question a bit there. No, he is. He's looking good. Certainly what we've seen in this game and also in pre-season. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. So Sergei Kirvich will have to make his claim for who is going to take the penalties here for City. And he's going, oh no, I don't want to say anything. He's not having a word with his team here. So, the players that Hull City currently have available to take the penalties. You have Abu Kamara, Joel Ndala, Kyle Joseph, Akinfenwa, Matt Crooks, Casey Palmer, John Lundstrom, Ryan Giles, Charlie Hughes, Cody Drammer, Dylan Phillips. That's your 11 men who can take a penalty. Can't believe we ended up like this. Dear and dear. Oh, Wrexham in the chats. Could be pens for Ipswich too soon. Oh, too soon? Too soon. There we go. Get my words out. Oh, dear. What happens? We just got wrecked by Wrexham. Hollywood ending. Hollywood ending, but we could be playing spoiler here with the penalties to be taking place. It will be McLean and Hughes to have the coin toss to decide, presumably, which end and which team takes the kickoff. Of course, Hull City would love to get it maybe down the end where they're still waiting to build the stand, because then they don't have the Wrexham supporters behind the goal. But of course, at the Wrexham end is the Hull City fans just away to the right-hand side. So either way could possibly work. Come on, City indeed. Hit the like button. Thank you very much, Michael. Come on, you Tigers. Come on, you Tigers indeed. And welcome all into the stream for what could be very intense last moments as penalty shootout is how this one will be decided down in Wales. What channel match on? It's on Sky Sports Plus. As Hughes, I think, has just signalled that they have got the start. He's just gone, come on, let's go. So, I mean, McLean is walking to the spot, so I doubt it. I think it will be Wrexham with the first shot at the penalty. Here we go. I won't be displaying the penalty score on the screen, just because it'll be a lot of altering. Actually, I might, to be fair. Let's change on the screen. Let's change that. I'm going to change them both to 0. Or, how do I do this? Let's sort that. Does that look okay? No, it doesn't. Trying to sort out how penalties should look here as Dillon Phillips just walks over for City. So just going to shrink this down there just so it looks a bit better. On the fly, editing on the fly here. As it is McLean to take. I'll edit the other one in a second. McLean to take. The number 7, the captain for Wrexham. Against Dillon Phillips. Phillips' debut for the Tigers. Shoots! And it's in the bottom left corner from Wrexham. From McLean. So that'll be me changing that 0 to a 1. Now let's quickly update Hull City's one. Quickly do that before Hull City take the penalty. It'll be Casey Palmer to take the first one for City. Of course, it's currently 1-0 in penalties to Wrexham. So say apologies for editing on the fly. Casey Palmer just walking up with the ball now. But I didn't expect this one to go to penalties, to be honest. With Hull City leading 3-1 at 90 minutes. Casey Palmer here to take a penalty. In front of the Wrexham fans. Shoots! And it's in the bottom of the corner. That one's in the back of the net. It's 1-1 in penalties. It's all tied, squared up in penalties. 1 apiece. Neither team to have been saved. What have you yet? Both teams have scored. And it will be Lee, the opening goal scorer of this game. Elliot Lee to take the penalty for Wrexham. To make it 2-1 Wrexham in this penalty shootout. In front of the Wrexham supporters, Dillon Phillips in goal. Go on, Dillon. Shoots. Ooh, just sneaks past Dillon Phillips and he's upset with that one a little bit on that one. So he maybe should have had a hand to it. And it's 2-1 Wrexham on penalties. Oh dear. I'm having deja vu of last season's FA Cup where we lost to Doncaster Rovers on penalties. So it's going to be the young lad, Ndala, to take. Come on, City. Young lad from Man City, Joel Ndala. He's scored 1 already past the Wrexham goalkeeper. Can he now do it from the spot? To make it 2-2 in this penalty shootout. Come on, Ndala. Shoots! Off the crossbar. Did it cross the line? Did it cross the line? It bounded off the crossbar. And I don't think it crossed the line. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. Advantage Wrexham. We'll see the replay. It bounded off the crossbar. Down. And it didn't cross the line. And he's upset with that one. Now Dillon Phillips against Josh Windass. Oh dear. Josh Windass shoots and powers one past Dillon Phillips to get Wrexham up 3-1 against his father's former club. Oh dear. Hull City, in theory, need to score this one to remain in some sort of capable hands in this penalty shootout. It's currently 3-1 Wrexham. It's Abu Kamara now to take one. Kamara with the penalty. Indeed, Michael, it's absolute scenes on this, how this one's gone to penalties. We were leading 3-1 when it came to 90 minutes. Kamara shoots, scores, bottom left-hand corner. Now, Dillon Phillips has another chance to try and rescue the Ndala miss. You are putting a lot of faith in the man who's making his Hull City debut here to try and see Hull City progress through the first round, the first round of a cup competition in 5 years. And it's going to be Ollie Palmer to try and score his 3rd goal of the game. Make it 4-2 Wrexham and put the ball in City's court. Shoots on. That's a dribbler just gone down the right-hand corner. And he's looking at himself going, how did that one go in? And now it is 4-2 Wrexham in this penalty shootout. City missed this one. We are out. City missed this one. We're out. If we score, it will be Giles to take it. If we score, it's down to Dillon Phillips versus whoever for Wrexham in their 5th penalty. But it'll be Giles to take the 4th one for Hull City here. All that separates is an Ndala miss so far. Giles goes, sends the keeper the wrong way and nestles it in the bottom left-hand corner. Giles keeps City alive on this one. And it is now all down to Dillon Phillips. His first start, his first appearance for City. And he'll be facing off against number 11 for Wrexham, Marriott. Marriott's looking to try and make himself a name on the Disney Plus episode of Welcome to Wrexham. And he has done it. Finishes over at Wrexham. The Ndala miss is what separates the side on penalties. There's no point in me updating the score, but I will do for the matter of the fact anyway. But Hull City exit the Carabao Cup. They were leading this one 3-1 in the 91st minute. Let that one just settle in there for me. They were leading 3-1 in the 91st minute. Ollie Palmer and Wrexham, they have the Hollywood ending that they so desperately dreamed for. And the City fans, it was a good performance by City, and they clapped the fans off the field. Oh dear. It's shocking on how we've bottled that one, but you've got to give it to Ollie Palmer with the 2 good headers towards the end of the game there in the extra time. You've got to give it to them playing for the penalties there. And you can't ask overly too much more from City. Any team can win and lose on penalties. Oh dear. Have good practice, Mexico. Of course, I'll have my reaction video after this. Be quiet one. But every City fan is still in the stadium clapping the fans off the field. And that just shows you how good that team was in this game. So close to making it out of the first round of a cup competition for the first time in 5 years. But they fall victim to Wrexham. First time we played them in 20 years. We'll face off against them another 2 more times this season. And what a game that was. First round of the Carabao Cup. Also to get eliminated on penalties. Oh dear. Oh, got all the Wrexham fans coming in now. Oh dear. Thank you very much for everyone for joining the stream. Bit of an upsetting one to end your Tuesday evening. I will have my reaction video out nonetheless in about an hour or so time. But Ollie Palmer plays spoiler for Hull City. So Wrexham get the Hollywood ending that they so desperately dream for. Thank you very much for everyone who's tuned into the stream. Hope you all have a lovely rest of your Tuesday evening wherever you are across the world. And that you all tune in back on the channel for the reaction video in a bit. Stay tuned on the channel by liking and subscribing, as of course I'll be live on Sunday for Hull City versus Oxford. So stay tuned on the channel for that one, plus all of the videos ahead of that one. Thank you very much for everyone joining in the stream. I'll see you in the next one. Up the Tigers. Oh dear.